Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hot Takes, your favorite Watch League podcast. I am your host, VictorSV, and I am joined by.
Crockers.
Pain.
And these are
And we are also joined by Andrew. He is recording at the moment, sadly. But he is here. Now, our first episode, now we're going to run down by the news because it's been a busy week. We have the Florida big moves. They signed Cookie, the head coach, Andrew works as an assistant coach. They also signed Yaki and Gan. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name, but they also confirmed that their whole
Gang
roster.
Namjin.
Gan damn. What
Gangnam
do you guys
Gym.
think of this? I cannot make my point saying this because I can't.
They might not be bottom tier this time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like Gangnam Jin. Yeah, Victor's cutting out a little bit. I feel like Gangnam Jin. He's not gonna be top tier, but I still think he's gonna be pretty good. He was really good on Runaway, so I mean,
Gangjin and
I don't
Yaki
know.
they're both really
Yeah.
good and they're both really good additions. And
Yeah, Yaki is good.
the lineup of Yaki, BQB, and Saya player is something that Florida Mayhem fans should be excited about. But no,
Victor.
it's only a little bit
Definitely
increase.
excited.
They're at least fans should hope for is to be not bottom five. Be like
Yeah,
I will
low,
fight to the
lower
death.
mid.
I will fight to the death.
Yeah, we know you're biased. Welcome to the club.
Florida Mayhem wins Overwatch
moving
League.
on, moving on from these horrible, no, from these credence. We have the Houston Outlaws. We have
Houston
acquired.
in-laws.
Damn it, Andrew, why are you messing around with the dog? I can't. Sorry. The Houston Outlaws acquire Repel and Meko from the Titans, and they also acquire Hurig as a coach, which I think is probably the best move they could have made.
Yeah,
Hurig?
I
They got a
think.
luck. They got a good.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they got a good luck charm.
Hurig's not a good luck charm anymore.
Are you
I
just
mean, who knows?
kidding me?
Maybe he's a
they
bad luck
lost grand
charm on.
finals. They lost grand finals. His
Oh,
streak is
they
his
they
good
still
luck streak is
made
broken.
grand finals.
His good luck streak is broken.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's talk about Houston's full roster. They have 5 DPS, Blase, Hydration, Dante, Linkser, Jake, and they're not getting rid of him, according to Flame. They have 3 off tanks, so I guess Muma's still in. And
I heard.
Kumat and
Apparently,
Spree are probably going to remain on the bench because Meko's vastly superior
Kumat's
to...
probably retiring. Not gonna lie, he's
I mean,
probably
I guess
Um,
Spree Zarya might be better
there
than
was-
30
Meko,
years
but I
old.
doubt...
No.
there was a thing about Outlaws. Apparently, Hydration's gonna be on tank. They've got a new main support, and somebody's getting dropped. So I imagine
Kumat.
Kumat's getting dropped.
Kumat. He's
Yeah.
Kumat or Boink, both could
he's
go.
30 year, he's 30 years old, man. Let the man retire in peace. All right.
They probably picked up
Yeah.
Jexa. The main support they're talking about is probably Jexa.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it'd be cool if they get Jexay. I mean, he's not like
I
top
think
tier,
there's
but
a
he's still
huge
pretty
problem with
good.
Outlaws.
Still, it's the Houston Outlaws, so you can't expect much.
Mid
Yeah,
tier.
so what would their roster be? Since Hydration will probably be playing main tank,
Well,
it'd be
we
Hydration.
don't
We don't really know what they're
anything yet.
playing, but
No,
honestly, I
no,
gotta say, this team
Flame
really lacks when it comes to hit.
Flame did a podcast and he said something about he didn't do a podcast, he did
Well,
a Q&A.
according to a couple of professional tweets, some coaches and some others, the meta is going to be Baptiste, Hanzo, May, Rhine, Sigma. So, if all 3 of those off tanks can't play Rhine or not Rhine Sigma, Rhine Orisa, then I'm guessing Hydration would be on Orisa probably, since Muma's a better Rhine. I think.
Yeah.
On that
Well,
note, Hydration can play both Sigma and Orisa. However, I do want to point out, as you just said, Payne, Hanzo could be a crucial point in this meta. And I don't trust Linkser can pull a good Hanzo anymore. I don't think
He
he's
plays
way too
No.
Widow.
inconsistent.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. He plays Widow. How is he gonna pull out the
Jake's a
Widow
good
transfers
Hanzo.
exactly over to Hanzo. Like, you take a couple days to get like the projectile aim basically to the same level, and the positioning and like most of the like shooting and timings are like
Yes, but the
similar.
problem is Linkser isn't that good of a Widow anymore apparently, because like half the season he was dead on water.
Yeah, well, so was Carpe, and then apparently Carpe popped off on World Cup.
Carpe is a different beast, though, right?
But I think Jake would be the better Hanzo.
Yeah, and exactly. But Jake
Yeah.
is not
Jake
like
has proved himself
better.
on like
I mean,
similar positioning heroes like Soldier, and he just every time he plays Hanzo, he performs consistently.
yeah, yeah.
Unlike
Yeah,
But
I
the
he
think
still
entirety
isn't
of
good.
his
Like
team.
I feel he's gonna get farmed by like better Hondas in the league. Like
Oh, like
considering
who? Like
Hondas,
Yaki?
yeah,
Like Yaki? Victor? Like Yaki?
Yaki, yeah, like Yaki, like Sega player, he's gonna get farmed. He's gonna get farmed by
Yeah,
Surefour
I
and
know this is
Logics
just
on Defiant.
a chance for
I
you to
love how
plug
you
your team.
mentioned Surefour and Logics instead of Corey.
Yeah, true. Corey is like probably the best
Corey,
Hanzo in the league,
yeah, Corey
and
is the best Western Hanzo.
yeah, he's so good at Hanzo,
Corey's the
dude.
best Hanzo in the
I mean,
world.
actually, Corey versus my bias is gonna show, but I think EQ is the best Hanzo, and
Oh
No,
no,
EQ
no,
it's
no.
versus Corey
Carpe,
would
Carpe
definitely
is
be
so
second or
Uh,
much
one
better
seed.
than EQ on Hanzo. Like that's not even a question.
yeah, Carpe's got a really good Hanzo.
All
That's
right, now
true,
moving
but
on from
EQ's got a good May, so
Houston
I
and
doubt that they're gonna change Carpe and EQ.
we
But
got
we're not
another
talking
team
about that.
that's
We're
very
talking
important
about
to talk about.
Houston.
We got the Chengdu Hunters coming up next, and they actually, I'm very concerned for this team because RUI has left this team, and I think this is probably gonna lead the Hunters to end up in 20th. Like
What?
this is gonna
Whoa,
kill the
okay,
season.
okay,
All right,
okay,
maybe not.
When Valiant exits
okay,
20th is like
okay.
I
undoable.
think they're gonna be bottom five because RUI left. Because
No,
let
no,
me
no, no,
make a
no, no,
point,
no.
right?
Yeah,
Guys, yeah,
I
you
need to
I
guys are
don't
explain
know.
sleeping
myself.
on the. You guys are doing the same exact thing that we did for Hunters last season, which was sleeping on. A lot of people predicted them to be bottom three at least, and they performed consistently and even made it to play-ins. You guys are
Yes,
forgetting that they
but
have a good setup. They have Jinmu, who is a projectile god. We've all seen him on Hanzo, and if the meta is Hanzo, we're all fucked.
yeah, and plus they've
hey,
got Leave coming in. Leave is
hey,
actually a nut.
I
He is
agree
such a
with what
good
you're gonna
flex.
say, but I gotta counter this point real quick. Last year, I remember as I was writing it all down and I put the hunters down, I remembered RUI. RUI came up with those strategies. The reason the hunters were able to perform the way they did was because RUI came up with these different strategies. If you put any other coach other than RUI on that spot, I think the hunters would have probably had a much worse season. Because the
Crusty.
three-fourths of the
That's true.
hunters season was them running off metas, trying to figure it out because by all standards, they were lacking on the 3-3.
Except for the fact that they pulled it out against the Titans.
Yes,
Titans, yeah, that
true,
was a
but
good
they pulled it out
match.
against Val.
And
That
Yes,
the
was
shock
that
in
was
like
a
stage 3 and
best
shit.
yes,
Like,
but can I
best match
remind
of
you
stage
guys that
one.
I can remind
oh,
you
was
right after that when the Hunters played Goats in stage 3, they got absolutely demolished by the Valiant.
Because
It was a
RUI saw
4-0.
that they could not play
oh, they
goats
beat the
and
shock.
better, but this isn't
Exactly,
goats. This is a good
exactly. And right
competi-
after,
This is a good meta. This is
exactly.
somewhere Jinmu can not be on brig and be on like something he can pop off.
Yes, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that the Hunters for throughout most of the season,
One
they had
person does not affect a team so drastically that they leap up from 20th place to 11th.
hmm?
I actually think no, listen.
I think
The
it
thing is
does.
with IUI, so they're playing off meta, right? I don't know. I think that RUI was really good at like helping the players kind of play off of their strengths, like aiming on board. I I don't know. I feel like it's yeah, I think Victor's right. IUI was a really, really important part of the
Yeah,
team.
I think like especially
If
the thing that
RUI was that good, Dragons would have won one game in season one.
He was the reason
RUI
they were looking competitive.
and he was, yeah, he was like,
I'm
can
back.
I point something forward about RUI, which
You
I
guys are
think
forgetting that RUI doesn't make up the entirety of this team.
I know he doesn't make up the entire team, but I think that these players that we're looking forward, RUI harnessed the absolute best out of them, the absolute best. And I
And
say
that's not gonna go away now that
I
we have
actually
on.
I'd say they'll be around I'd say they'll be around 14. They're still
yes.
gonna be a good team. They've got
14 I can
really,
agree
really
with.
good
Also,
14
players.
is
I
not
need
a
to
good
add something
team.
that we're not even taking into attention here. The Hunters just recently dropped it. This wasn't like, oh, at the beginning of the season that he got burnt out. He was probably considering burning out for the majority of the offseason, and he just recently did that. So we don't even know what type of effect that might have had on the Hunters off season. Because we've heard rumors that the Hunters, that most of them were getting burnt out, and that a lot of them want to drop out of the league. We've heard that's been going on, And I think that that might have had a giant strain on the offseason. That giant, oh, is RUI going to stay? Is this player going to stay? What are we going to do? And I think the Hunters have just been lost this whole offseason chasing their own tail. Because what have we heard from the Hunters? This is what we have right now. We have that they might have signed Coldest and Kami, which, okay, they might have signed Coldest and Kami. However, most people see that the Coldest rumor is false. So what have they done this offseason? What have they done? They dropped probably one of the strongest parts in the roster. And I
They
think this is
didn't
going to be
drop
giant
him.
move.
RUI left because of health.
Drop, left, etc.
Bruh.
There's
They
a
lost
difference.
one of the most important. All right, they lost one of the most important parts in the roster. And I think that's going to be completely horrible for them and their future this offseason. Anyone else
It's
put any
kind of like
comments?
if it's kind of like the effect that Boston had when they dropped Krusty.
Yeah,
Krusty was like a really good coach for them, and he left, and then they just fell apart.
That
Like,
was more than coaching issues. That was an entire internal issue. Krusty was the only one who supported the Korean players because Huck was such a dick. And with Krusty gone,
yeah,
they had no support, and so like it all just broke down.
all
They
right.
still were able to get wins though.
All right. So moving on to another team. We have the Atlanta Rain who signed Mentalist, and we will talk about and the podcast. But they signed Mentalist, assistant coach from GC Busan. I think this is an amazing move. What do you guys think?
I don't really
I
know
don't.
much about Mentalist, but he
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
pretty good.
I don't watch contenders much.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the guy, and I think that Atlanta Rain have done very like they kind of spent this off season. They finally had like they kind of spent this whole off season, and instead of like other teams laying dormant, they kind of just went ahead and made the moves they needed to. They didn't blow up anything. They didn't like throw away a play that they really needed or anything. They just grabbed what they already had and they built upon it. They understood what they had and they made it 10 times better.
they already have a really good roster.
Yeah.
Whether it's top five is a different discussion, but this is just basically a cherry on top of the ice cream whipped
Yeah,
cream.
it's like a really good ice cream.
Although the stuff with Nalir, really,
Nelair.
yeah, that looked bad.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
talk
it
about it
was
later in the
just
podcast. So
okay.
we'll
Okay.
talk about it in the podcast. So moving on to the New York Excelsior, they made a bunch of good moves. They signed support player Mondu, which is probably gonna overtake Animo the second he qualifies, and
Yeah,
signed Bianca from their academy roster, which absolutely had to happen. I think that having two players on that off tank spot is really gonna help the Excelsior as this season they sort of struggled with that a lot. You know, like at one point Liberal was playing freaking Diva. It was weird.
That was
And
a
we also
show
have
match.
yeah. No. During the actual season, Liberal was playing Diva. Liberal and Sabio we both tried to play Diva.
Oh, that
Yeah.
travesty.
Yeah, that travesty. So I think like having two players
also,
and like hop, I think that was definitely the right move that they needed to make. And they also after getting rid of Pavane, which was I kind of talked them down a bit, but we actually have IMT coming up. He was the assistant analyst. You know, he comes in and this guy's a neurosurgeon. All
He's a
right, can we
typical
just take that
genius.
into account? He's a freaking neurosurgeon. That's great.
He's a
What do you
typical
guys thoughts
genius.
on this guy? Your thoughts on him, vibes? So
um,
what do you guys?
there was something as well. Who are you during the NYXL versus Seoul show match? I can't remember which cast it was. It was one of the Western casters. They accidentally leaked something about who are you being signed, and he said that he had only been signed 2 days before the match, and that's why I wasn't playing.
Neat.
So
Leaks. All right. Any other thoughts on this
Oh,
new
Who
New
are you
York
being signed
prospect?
to New York Excelsior? Is not something I was expecting. I thought he was gonna go to
Dallas.
Dallas
Yeah, and
Fuel with Zach
everyone
since they were
agreed
so
about
so
this.
close.
Everyone agreed.
But
so
I guess
IMT
not.
like showed that NYXL can play aggressive in the playoffs, and like it was great to watch him. A lot better than like how they played in stage four. So he seems like a good like signing, or not signing. Like he seems like a good person for the job. And since they signed Mandu and Hapa and Bianca, and they like clearly want to lead the Rams into something probably more aggressive, considering they're also probably picking up for you. That's they're actually looking really good for the next season.
Yeah, I think they're
And
easy
they
to
were
pop
they were
up.
the third team because they were the third team last season because Titan and they were just barely beaten out by Titans, right? Well,
Yep.
Titans is a travesty right now, so they might be number two.
All right, moving on to the next team we have
The
Boston
Boston Supreme.
Uprising, and they signed Munchkin and Bruisin. And all right, I'm just gonna say it. I think this team is definitely number 20. I'm sorry, I don't care. They're definitely number.
But
There's no way they are. All right, listen. Here's my reasoning. Everybody seems to just forget that Myeonbong is like he is a nut. He is a really, really good aim support, and I really think that he could
So
potentially
think he's
be
gonna
top
be able to
three.
carry.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
maybe
but
not top three, but
if we took Janak, alright, and we stuck him in like Washington, like last year, like when they were playing Ghosts, do you think he would have done that well?
no. It's a basic case of Saya player with Florida Mayhem season 1. Just because you have one superstar on your team does not mean you're going to be immediately good.
yeah, but they don't even have one superstar. They've got fucking Brucein. I know he's not well known, but he is a really good, like he's a really good Sigma.
I'm sure he is, but
Sigma might not be meta.
Sigma might not be meta. Like they might be looking more flexibility. I don't think, and maybe he will be a decent off tank. But I just when I look at this team, I'm not thinking, oh wow, look at this amazing team. We got Young Bunks, Swimmer, Bruzen,
Brucein
Munchkin, and Jerry. Like
And fusions.
and Color Hex.
yeah, like
And
Color Hex.
Axiom.
I will give you one thing. Color Hex is good.
Yeah, Axiom is supposed
Powerhouse
to
to
be a
OCE.
better Winston than Gongsu.
I don't
But
know. I think this team just it screams out to me that they're gonna fail hard. Like they're gonna like maybe they start off good. Like they might catch a couple teams off with like some a bit more wacky or a bit like oh everyone's gonna underestimate them again. But I think they're gonna end up just like this season. They're gonna
they're
try
gonna
really
fall.
hard. They're gonna maybe get to the decent in the first half of the season. They're just gonna fall.
I think
Well,
Any
Mineral's
other
gonna
thoughts on
help though.
Boston?
I definitely think having a head coach is definitely gonna help.
you never know. Their scouting is either really
Hit
good
or
or really
miss.
bad. Yeah, hit or miss.
All right,
But that
moving
might
on.
have been custom.
All right,
That
moving
yeah,
on
that's
to
true.
the Vancouver Titans. They
Fuck
released
Titans.
Bumper. They signed Fisher and Real J Hong. And what the fuck happened here? What the fuck?
It's
Uh,
I'm sad to see Bumper go since he's been on the team. I think since the start, wasn't he? He was always
Yeah.
on
yeah, he was
Vancouver
always on
Titans on
Runaway.
Runaway.
He was
He
a
was
Yeah,
always
key
on
he
Runaway.
played
figure
like
in
He was
Runaway.
a team captain. Like
he
he was a team captain. Everyone acknowledged him as that's Bumper. He's a team captain.
The
Runner.
fact that someone thought that Fisher was a good replacement for Bumper makes me upset.
No, Fisher
Exactly.
yeah.
could
Like
be
here's what
better
I
than
think.
Bumper.
Here's what
That's
I
why
think.
they're not gonna reveal their head coach because he's too scared. He's actually
It's
going to
Pajon.
get
Still
bashed so
Pajon.
hard.
Pageon, all right. I'm sure he's a great guy, but like this team came into the league with the notion that they were gonna stay together. They
At least
like
they had
that
one
was
year
that was
together, at least.
yeah, they
And they
had
had
that
a
1 year
hell of a good
together.
year.
And I think that grand finals, them losing, was what basically convinced like the management to basically just let Pageon have his way. And I think Pageon basically he chopped off Bumper and he picked up Ryuji Hong, which I think is probably the worst move because that's just gonna create so much conflict between the
Well,
org
Rouge Hong is
and
such a dumb pickup.
yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
Twilight's
I know like
already good
he's
enough. It
not that
doesn't
good.
need improvement, but I
with
can see
Pajon.
that they're trying to do like maybe a competition. Like Twilight knows his spot is not secure, so he must do
What do
better.
you mean?
And maybe that'll
Ryuji
make
Hong
Twilight an ultimate nuts, but like I still doubt it.
no,
Okay,
that's like
okay,
that
so
just
let
tells
me.
me that they don't understand like this team. I'm sorry for interrupting you this, but I just gotta say one thing real quick. Ryu Jihong hit his peak already. He already hit his peak. He's not gonna get exponentially better.
Okay,
Twilight,
thanks,
yes,
Slasher.
Krusty has said when they were auditioning Twilight for the World Cup. Twilight is good when he's playing with the Titans, not when he's playing with a different team because he knows the Titans. So when you throw in Ryu Jihong in here, there is no way you're gonna get the same level of performance from a player like Twilight who's gonna be perfect when he's with his team than Ryu Jihong. Like it just makes no
Well,
sense if I interrupt you and go this. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay,
Potentially the reason they got Rouge Hong, there might be something where they're just like they want to get a main support in the future. They have somebody they can work without Slime because apparently he works like better with Slime than anyone else. I don't know. That sounds just dumb, anyways.
That's
You don't
dumb.
need it.
it's dumb.
Yeah, Slime is really good. Why would you want to replace him? He's probably the top 2 main support in the league. And it's so dumb as well because Twilight is one of the best honors in the world. And then you go, hey, do you know what we really need? We need another
An
person that
honest
plays.
specialist, yeah.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and grab an honor specialist.
No,
It's just dumb. It's just a dumb big.
Pajan is like strange, and I really question his
I think
competence as a head
Pajan,
coach.
I
Because
question head coach.
yeah, because Pajan. So when the Titans came into the league, sure they looked really good, but that's because they were runaway and they already had so much pre-existing synergy. They became less dominant as time went on. I mean, Shock like became insane, but that's beyond the point. And they were like dropping off as like the time went on, and synergy started to become less like end all be all. And
Yeah,
then
and I completely
Petition for run at a head coach
and then
Titans.
so as soon as Titans like went into the finals, right? So they had so much trouble with NYXO's Bastion strats, right? Pajan like they just get fucked by the Bastion strats again by Shock again. So like that's the coaching issue. Pajan didn't prepare them for a Bastion strat. And after that, then in the off season, like the coaching staff, I don't know if it's the coaching staff, but it looks like it from the outside, is making these strange decisions, like dropping Bumper for Drama Queen Fissure and signing Rouge Han when Twilight exists. So like,
if you
you
want to
lose a lot of respect for Twilight.
if you
I
want
don't
to
know.
The fissure
Fisher's
move?
trying.
more,
To be fair,
if
The
you want to
fucking
question
fissure move pisses me off so much because I run an incorrect Overwatch Leagues quotes, and there was so much I was gonna use with Bumper, and now Bumper's gone. And I have to
yeah.
replace him with fucking Fissure. Fissure, the drama queen.
honestly,
But
yeah, like
there's the
I
thing
didn't
with
say
Fisher.
he's a bad coach. Now let me just point this out real quick because I really want to say this real quick because I just had like this just clicked in my head as I was having this conversation with right now. Let's think back. Let's take a little trip. When did the Titans adapt between stage 1 and 2? Did they have any need to adapt? This
No.
is no. Stage 3, they were in a need to adapt, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
after
And they
Shock
didn't.
just became
What
a
did
powerhouse, they need to.
they put? They tried to put Silmansu on Zombro, which had completely ended up as a failure.
Stitch
And then they
Summer was
just
really good.
put Stitch on Zombra, which I think it wasn't really just like oh great coaching, which is kind of like the obvious choice. Like all we saw from the Titan, like coaching stuff were just obvious choices. Like oh if codes is working, let's keep codes. And like when we got to stage 4 in the playoffs, when you kind of really need the coaching staff to step in. Like we saw the Titans struggle in stage 4. Like
5-2. Come on.
yeah, 5-2. That's a
That's
struggling
unfair.
for the Titans for a team that was going seven. They went 7-0, 7-0, and 6-1. That's struggling
If,
for them.
if your lowest is 5-2, like not even Shock or NYXO have had like higher lows.
Yes, but
To
can
be
we look at the
fair,
fact that
to
all
be
of
fair,
their
they
adaptations, they need no
lost.
adaptation.
Victor, shut up.
Yeah,
Kidding. To be fair, they lost to Shock, and that was in a very close 5-map game. But they also lost to Justice, which was a clean Justice sweep. I gotta say, when it comes to coaches, are one of the people you look towards for adaptability, just telling you like what to do and what to play, and the players make it happen. You guys are onto something when you say that Kai John is not a top tier coach. And
Yeah.
in fact, the reason Titans won't be top 5 will be because of their weak coaching.
Dude, imagine fucking Krusty on Titans.
Please don't make me
all right.
imagine
Before we
that.
start getting into the what ifs,
They would be
let's move
nuts.
on
The
to the
Shock are
next.
still better.
Let's
Yeah.
move on to the next
Visually.
team. We have
No, I
the
think
Philadelphia
Shock.
Fusion. They signed
Even
Fiso
without
from
Krusty, you think the Shock would be better than Titans?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can respect.
All right. before we get into the what ifs and the scenarios, let's go into in the Philadelphia Fusion. They signed Hisu from Runaway to give Carpe some competition. Amazing move, and then they controversially signed Chipsa. Now Chipsa, don't mention Jane. Discuss everything else.
Okay, so people say that it's nepotism, which everybody has debunked. Even like Elk, who's like, you would think that he would be like mad at the Fusion org, right? Because he got like bumped off. But like,
Yeah, he kinda got cucked.
I have not seen like any ex Fusion player or current person in the org imply that it's not nepotism. I mean, imply that it's nepotism. And like the argument that they should pick up someone in contenders who's grinding is kind of dumb because they would just stick him on the bench, and while he's stuck on the bench, he'd like that's fucked your career. Like, just look at Elk. So Chipsa was a
Who's
good
definitely
signing.
drinking? Please stop.
Who's drinking right now? Who is
Sorry,
it?
I'm stopping now.
Chipsa was a good signing, and he filled a hole in a roster that they needed, and he was like a better option than a contender's DPS star who would be in as a Doom one trick and nothing else.
Chipsa, best move of the offseason. I'm just gonna say it.
No.
Just because of the
Fish
fish
and
and
Chipsa.
that t-shirt made my day. It made my Friday. It made my Monday. I loved that t-shirt with all my heart and soul, and it is the single best off-season move just for that. And like, Chipsa doesn't get anything out of playing, and he doesn't get anything out of being on the bench. He doesn't want to be a professional player. He just wants to be a streamer. He was given the opportunity to become a professional player and earn money, more money than he gets from streaming, and he took it. And now he's going to be on stage, and Philadelphia is just going to profit. So, like, anyone saying this move is a bad one is clearly dumb as fuck.
Eh.
But Hisu, though. Hisu's nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
He's
back.
gonna give so much competition. He's gonna have Carpe running around.
Yeah, he's giving Carpe a run for his money.
I hope it's going to be like a Choyobin Nevik situation, is that Hisu is going to completely challenge Carpe, and if Carpe is not good enough, Carpe is going to get cut.
You mean that Hisu gets benched
Carpe.
and Carpe just plays for the entire season?
Yeah,
And Hisu
Carpe
gets put in
throws
for
one
pity?
hissy fit. He's out.
Hisu is good.
Yeah.
So,
I know, but if you're comparing it to Nevix and Choi, then you're saying that Hisu's benched for the entire season and Carpe is just like in the entire time because
No.
Carpe's
No.
top of
I
his role.
think it's not gonna. It's gonna
maybe
be
comes in
way
once
too-
Carpe's playing weak.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
like how do I say this? Like the
Either way,
VP best
if
road
Carpe chokes or Hisu gets benched, things are looking good for Philly in terms of hitscan DPS.
Yeah.
Philly are looking very good this season. I think that's all we gotta say about Philly. We can move
Shout
on to
out.
next team.
Sato's not a
Alright.
complete problem. If the meta is Ryan or Risa,
Apparently,
just don't put Sato on Ryan. Just don't put Sato on Ryan.
apparently Sato is like actually a bit of a like. From what I've heard, he's like got really, really, really good comms, and I mean, something that's really important to most teams. It's like Custer. Custer might not be the best player, but his comms pretty much hold the team together. So
Yeah, but
I think a player that can comm can sometimes be more important than a player that can't play Reinhardt.
Such as Chris from Florida Mayhem.
tells a story if not one, not two, but 4 coaches and their assistant coaches find something in Sato that's worth keeping around. Because we've had Kirby, Hayes, Name Twee, and KDG all re-sign Sato.
I mean, yeah, he's
still
probably like doing something right. I bet you he's like the most positive, nicest guy, and nobody knows it. And he's just like, because apparently Fusion said something on stream how everybody just points out how he's a bad Reinhardt, and he thinks he is a bad Reinhardt. Sato thinks he's a bad Reinhardt himself, but apparently his comms are just fucking amazing. Like, apparently he has like one of the best comms in the league.
Maybe last season was just like the Custa situation, which Sato was making 2 big brain plays and he was calling out, and the rest of the squad was just too low IQ to follow it.
Yeah,
Counter to
Imagine.
that, I can also counter.
counter to that is
Andrew
remember
was
when he
leading
jumped
that
off the
team.
map on Rialto?
Now that was a power move
No,
because
no,
he
no.
was flexing on the Eternal.
No. NPO was leading that team. All right, moving on to the next team on the list. We got the London Spitfire, who revealed
Yeah,
their
this is a
whole
big one.
roster. Everyone, do you guys want me to read it out, or
On
you guys good?
accident. They
Their
released their
DPS looks
entire
good.
roster on accident.
All right, they got
Shui and Glister. That's a good DPS lineup. Is it as good as
any
Prophet
DPS lineup
Birdring?
that has
Maybe.
Glister is good.
Prophet Glister would have been better. Just saying.
Shui
Any
Glister is
Prophet
not
with
as good
anything
as
is
Prophet
better.
Birdring. I don't think Birdring was inconsistent. I think that like he got fucked over by a wrist injury and then he sucked dick at Zarya.
I don't think that's true at all. I think that Birdring he got the wrist injury. Here's my psychoanalysis of Birdring because I spent like a whole afternoon on this. Birdring, he got the wrist injury, started underperforming. However, this is what we call the bystander effect. His team kept on doing good, and even though he was putting in some work, he wasn't putting in all the work, and he felt he could be inconsistent. And once he won that, championship with that, sort of mediocre performance ish,
He was
it
not
kind of
mediocre. He's shit
no,
on Surfer and he's shit on Soon.
no, I mean like went on the grand finals.
Oh,
In the
He
grand
did not.
finals?
in the
Yeah,
grand finals, he outplayed Carpe.
he didn't outplay Carpe.
Well,
Yeah, I know
What
he
grand
kind of outplayed
finals were you
Carpe.
watching?
Or he played Carpe evenly while Prophet just
Yeah.
shit on AQO.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But if you can
So,
hold off
He
Carpe,
gave him
that's
a
still great.
challenge.
Yeah.
so again, what I think happened with Birding was afterwards he started underperforming, but that's that bystander effect because Prophet and Fury are gonna pop off. I'm good. I can like chill out a bit. I don't. It's not my turn to pop off. And
Are
I
you
think
talking
that
about when he
effect
sucked
got
at Zarya?
yeah, exactly. He got stuck on Zarya. Oh, my team. Oh, they're good now. I get to play Brig, whatever. I think that effect just got into his head, and he just didn't feel the need to like pop off anymore or
Correct.
whatever. However, now that I think that he has been kicked out of the team, I think he might do a lot better.
Yeah, I imagine he'll
Calm
do
down
pretty
to
well in Gladiators.
Or maybe what he needed was a change of scenery.
Yeah, just a little change.
Yeah, true.
All right,
I
moving on.
think no, hold on. I just want to talk about this roster a little bit more. The support line. What do you guys think of support line? Support line Sanguinar, Fuse,
I'm very
highly
questionable of it. I think it's gonna be pretty mediocre at points.
wait, hold on, that's
Just
not all of it,
there's
is
no
it?
like highlights from me, to be honest. Like
Wait,
no standouts.
Krillin, it's already on that, yeah.
Fuse is good, but that's because I think so. I only think that because he was on Fusion University.
I
I
think I actually think that
I'm
Highly is better than Krillin, but we haven't really
yeah.
seen too much
I
of
got a
Krillin,
I
so I
got
don't
a
really
problem
know.
with that actually. I want to call this out real quick.
Yeah.
As Halo stated at the beginning of the offseason, it said that London were not making any offers for Krillin. Nobody could touch Krillin. They wanted to keep him. They were set on keeping Krillin. And my problem with that is that, if they were really
But
keeping
Desi's
Krillin,
better.
then I don't understand why Highly's here. With the fact that Highly's here kind of tells me that either that because, if they wanted a backup for Krillin, they might as well have just picked up like a contenders player, not a player from the Soul Dynasty. Because when you pick up a player from the
Yeah.
Soul Dynasty, that says that you need that Krillin wasn't as consistent and that you needed to pay that buyout fee that buyout fee was worth. Because when
Remember
I think
how
of it, it's a
remember
buyout
how
fee.
Krillin was supposed to be the next Gen X?
He was meant to be one,
Yeah, I remember. Because
according
he
to
came
everyone.
straight out of tier 3. Everyone was like, he's the next Jonak.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
he's just blackmailing his way into Spitfire.
Who
Oh,
knows?
maybe, who knows?
Jack, I have your fucking news.
Oh shit, I have him.
he has he has a freaking stylosis, dudes.
Stylosa isn't big enough. Like he gets like 10K views on his videos now or something. He's not like
Yeah, yeah.
even.
He
The
died.
yeah. Yeah, but like this the fact that Hyli's here kind of tells me that London were not confident anymore. Like they started off with couldn't start a bit confident, but the fact that they picked up Hyli, which when we saw him play for Seoul, the times that he got subbed in, he did not look like he was astronomical. He looked like he was probably solid,
He
but
was worse than Jehong.
he was worse than Jayhong, and Jayhong was okay. He wasn't like the god of
Jinpeng was
Almighty.
good.
Well, we don't know the
He was
prices. Maybe Highly was cheap.
yeah, maybe he was cheap, but I don't know. It just seems
Then
We
that's a
can't say
wasted
anything. We don't
blister.
have any insider information.
Then that's a wasted blister if you're gonna like. I don't know. It seems like you're bottlenecking him
yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Also, burnout. Every time I think burnout, it's cemented into my brain is that clip from contenders the when Bishu was playing in contenders when he knocked burnout off in Kings Row.
Yeah.
That's
You
Wasn't
it.
that
can't
on
let
the
one
last
play.
part?
Bernard's good.
I know
Bernard
he's
has
good,
performed
but that
consistently.
clip is
Bernard's
probably gonna
good.
be in
I
my
feel
head.
like Bernard's probably gonna be around like midish tier. I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
gonna be like Daco, somewhat like that, somewhere on like that
A little
Daco
bit
level.
of that.
was good.
Daco was
Like he
okay.
was
Like towards he
apparently
started off
toxic,
good.
but he was good.
You know, he's no Daco was good at the beginning of the season. Like he was decently good, but then like the toxicity and then like FRD came in and like I could not see a difference between him and FRD. Like FRD's got more flexible
No,
and he
Daco looked a
clearly
lot better than FRD in stage two.
Yeah.
no
Probably because FRD
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
have.
I think Darko to Spitfire would have been a good pickup, but
mm,
We don't. If people are afraid to pick up Neptuno because of his toxicity, I doubt Daka was
yeah.
getting any offers.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, true.
Alright.
So
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 anything else on this
Besides,
team?
like, to be fair, FRD was playing when he didn't even get his own jersey. They gave him a random jersey.
Oh yeah, I
I mean
remember
most
that.
players do that.
so
So
Yeah,
Daco's the first
actually,
Those
Yang
jerseys
Xiao.
come late. No, those jerseys come in late. Like those like mayhem, like the jerseys for Gargoyle. Like during stage four, Gargoyle got his jersey at the third match.
Yeah,
Those
Yang
jerseys come in
Xiaolong.
late.
He didn't have a jersey for the first stage, I don't think, because
Yeah.
there was
Also the
issues with putting
players.
his name on the jersey.
Yeah, the
so
jerseys
what
in
I'm
the
hearing is the jerseys are trash.
they are trash. I'm
Oh
not gonna lie to
yes,
you.
they're
Like
Fanatics.
fucking terrible.
Jonak has been seen wearing. Like I've caught this so many times that I see players wearing their season one jerseys. Cause you can
Oh
see it
yeah.
by the tags on the side. The season one jerseys they don't have the names on them on the side. So like Jonak, I've seen him wear shirts that don't have the names on the side that says Jonak, cause he wants to wear a
Um.
season one jersey.
I'm pretty sure Jonak. There was one game remember Jonak. He wore the alternate jersey on the day that they weren't meant to be because he didn't want. Yeah, he didn't. I remember Jonak didn't like the two jerseys.
Yeah, a lot of players are not like them. I like right now. I'm not. There's a few players.
Anyways, we're getting off track.
Anyways,
Let's
yes. Before we get
go
off topic.
to
Yeah.
Paris
Paris
Eternal.
Eternal. Yay. They signed No Smite. They're trash. Moving on. Soul Dynasty.
No
That's fair.
Soul Dynasty.
No Smite looked better than Gushu in the first stage, and then
Yeah, maybe,
Once
but
once
I think
once
that's
once
because
they
once
Goose was
once Gushu
Korean.
started
He
learning
still
to
think
like
that.
understand Korean, then he just immediately.
yeah once they
He
Yes,
couldn't.
but
He could
chose
nothing
speak
is
to
Korean, but
better
he
than a
couldn't
guy
understand.
who's playing with a completely different team in a synergy based meta and he can't speak the same language does not make you like amazing. Like No
So
Smite
Yeah. Yeah.
No Smite
Exactly.
should have been single handedly over impressing. Like he should have made Gushui look like a scrub. You know, because
Yeah,
like
because
just look at this.
he'd
It's
been playing with everybody
yeah,
for so long. He
yeah,
played on X6 with them.
2016. Like they started playing with they were together since 2016.
yeah, since
Every like
Apex.
yeah, since like they've
Yeah.
been playing for a while. Like he should have been making Gushui look like a contender scrub with all that synergy and power, but he just got he
He
looks
got outplayed. Well, to be fair, Gushwei is like he is
Gushu was a top.
nutty.
Gushui's a
Gushu
prodigy.
was top five.
Yeah, Gushui's a
Gushwei,
prodigy.
I even
Gushue
think
is still
past
top
that.
five.
Yeah, he's always
Yeah.
been yeah. The second he
He's up
started
there
the league,
with
he was
Super.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Super's trash.
Gushwei's monkey is so good. It's not funny. It's actually scary watching him play monkey.
Oh yeah, he shit
Yeah,
on Jester.
yeah,
That
but
was
no
Yeah.
that was
smite.
great.
Again, no smite. I think
On Gibraltar.
also something I also want to point out about no smite. Most teams like to keep their backups, like to give some competitiveness.
Yeah.
But no smite got sent as a two-way for Spark, which just to me that said and sent back to China, which to me that says he wasn't even like committing so much to
Competitive.
Gushui. He wasn't even competing with Gushui. Which yes, Gushui's a prodigy, but you like again in a goats meta where you're supposed to be like at least That's like a
It's
giant
not
boost.
even a Winston meta. It's a Ryan meta.
It's a Ryan.
Yeah.
That's like it. Like Goosery is on like Goosery started this season in a wheelchair, and No Smite started off, getting off his like sixth marathon, and Goosery still outdid him. Like that doesn't speak to me.
Yeah, everyone wants to get on Philadelphia Fusion for having a weak main tank, but
Yeah,
Eternal has
Yeah.
been best and Nosmite.
exactly.
True.
No, but we're not
Dude,
expecting Eternal to do well.
Sato is
no, I
be-
think, dude,
Sato is
honestly,
better than
Eternal
Nosmite and
is
Ben
going
best
to,
combined.
until stage
Eternal's
3,
gonna-
Eternal's probably just gonna shit the
No,
bed.
I
They're
don't
gonna
even.
have Nico in, and they're gonna have XAI in, and
The first
I
three
don't
weeks,
know.
Hannibin can't even play, so Nico's gonna be playing off tank for them.
Eternal might be like
Yeah.
Spark. I mean, not
Wait.
Spark. Shock. Shock and
No,
State
No,
in
no,
season one.
no.
Season
Turn.
one Shock.
Alright, it may be,
Okay, season
but
one
that's
shock.
about it.
there's no way Nico plays off tank.
No, he has to play off tank because who else is gonna play off tank for them?
That's
Because
Oh,
true.
Hannibin,
Hanbin is out.
yeah, he's out for a bit. I think he's like, I don't know if it's 3 months. I think it's like either 3 weeks or 3 months. I know the number three.
Wait. So Sparkle is like in a scarily similar situation to Sinatra right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be probably as the Sinatra of this season. Of
yeah,
of
he's
this,
gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna be the next.
yeah,
People are gonna be like, wait for Sparkle to come in. He's gonna
yeah.
pop off and carry this team.
All right.
And
Also,
he's
Yeah,
And it takes him a couple seasons to really
yeah,
win
no
MVP.
smite though. No smite.
yeah.
What do you guys think? On a scale from 1 to 10, what do you guys think this move? I think it's a
I
horrible
think
move. What do
it's
you guys think?
terrible. You could even. They
too.
could have easily gone. Hey, let's get Alpha or someone, or
No,
like.
no, no.
There's
They
Or
just
could have
so.
easily
Oberon or
gotten like,
Kaiser
Yeah,
or
yeah. There's
yeah,
so many
Yeah.
good mid
Tango
players.
Yaki.
Korean either. You're like, it's EU. Just grab an EU main tank. Like it's not.
Yeah, like
I'm
they
pretty
could
sure
have.
like
At least they could have grabbed someone like Numlock.
They could
Like,
pick
and
up Fraggy.
why Numlock,
Fraggy would be
bro?
a better option.
No, Fraggy would not.
yeah,
All right, no, Fraggy, no, Fraggy, no. I'm sorry. I love Fraggy. I love him with the
Fraggy's a
passion.
You
feeder.
think Nosmite is better than Fraggy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no sir, no sir.
I
Fraggy's a
mean,
feeder.
maybe all right. Maybe no, no,
Mm,
no. He's not a feeder, but maybe
hot
like
take.
Yes, he is.
at Orisa.
He was a feeder at the beginning of season 1, but we all saw how good he got during stage
Yeah.
2.
Only on like
He didn't feed
I
as
would only
much.
trust him on Ryan. I would only trust Fraggy on Ryan. Now again, so everyone agrees that
The meta is Orisa Ryan.
Bro, if we had
it is not. It is
Fraggy,
Orisa and legit everything else. It's a
if
split.
if
Anyway, I
Mono was
think we're
on
spending too long on.
if Mono was
Yeah,
on
we're
Fusion
spending
and
too
Fraggy was
long
on
on it.
NYXL, that match should have been like a stomp.
Guys, we still got a long way to go. So let's move on to the
Right.
next team, the Seoul Dynasty. They released Hailey and Jaehong.
They
Nobody
threw away
really
half their fan base.
Yep.
huh?
They
Yeah,
threw away
they
half
blew
their
up
fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But I
only
guess
reason
I
people
mean,
were
it wasn't even in their power, to be fair. They had no power over what Jaehong. Like, Seoul Dynasty offered, Jaehong went with Titan.
they should have
I guess
offered more.
yeah.
Wait,
Also,
this.
I think like
Oh wait, no, I don't think you offer more. See, because
they
look,
lost their like
Creative's not even that good. Creative
Jaehong
didn't do
had
very
like
well.
one more season. Like Jaehong had like 1 or 2 more seasons.
the thing about Sol and Jaehong is that like they
didn't
don't
sell.
have they're not as dependent on him anymore.
They
So
didn't
like
sell Jaehong. Jaehong left. It wasn't a
no
sell or
no no
anything.
no no. So the thing about Sol and Jaehong was
Oh,
that
I
like
thought you
they're not completely dependent on him anymore. They don't. He's not like
Hmm.
the like lifeline of their team. And if they lose, it's not like
Yeah, I don't even have to feel bad. Like they were eventually probably if Jaehong didn't want to leave, they were either gonna have to bench him or kick him out.
yeah.
And like this just saves them. This is like ripping off a bandage for them.
No, but
It
if
would
they
not happen
pick up
eventually.
Bedosin, he's not that much better.
Go
They
ahead.
pick
If
up
they
Yeah,
pick
I
up
think
Bedozen,
Bedozen a
so
soul
much
would be
like
good.
Jaehong.
Bedozen
No,
or Soul
no.
would be a
It would
top
be
10.
it would be
Bedozen,
scuffed
Top five.
I
London.
will rant for
Who
hours.
is cracked out the chips?
Pain, I will mute you right now.
How can you guys hear that?
Because your
Literally
mic
every
is
It's
like
louder
right
than
there.
anybody else in the
excruciating
call.
detail.
Yeah.
That's
Andrew,
crazy,
all
bro.
right, let's move on. All right, Shanghai Drag 0-40.
So
Yeah.
They have a third off tank, just like Houston.
Off tank.
they got a ladder pub stomper and lip, but Moon says that he's good and he's like DM. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They
and no,
signed
no,
Lee Jae
Moon said no. Moon said he's not good. Moon said he's like he doesn't have a play style yet. And Moon basically wants to like grab him
Yeah.
as a piece of clay and like
That's
make him into
stand
like his
one.
little
That's
doll.
stand one. That's stand one.
Yes,
I
stand
still
one.
think it's. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's
So
gonna work.
so
I
this
actually
whole-
think, listen, Moon isn't a coach that can just coach a player like that. He's getting overconfident with himself. I still think that Stan One would be a good pickup and he could eventually be a good player, but I think Moon is just really putting himself on a like soapbox
They
and he's
should have
saying,
kept
"Look at me, I can
Gamsu.
do this."
They
They should have
really
kept
should have kept
Gamsu. If they
Gamsu.
aren't keeping Gamsu, why are they not picking up Kaiser? Why like it's just dumb. It's
I know.
nothing but dumb.
they might be picking up the main take. We don't know yet. Lee J.
Also,
Gon is
I'm happy for Stan One though. Stan One
One is
seems
gonna
like a
get
pretty good player.
farmed
Lee J. Gon
so
is like
armed. All right.
apparently really good.
Yeah, Lee Gon is
Yeah.
actually really good.
Legion
He
have
remember the
an
Lee Gon stole on Volsky?
Oh yeah.
yeah, but like let's be fair. Like who was like stand one playing against the contenders? Let's be fair. Like who which DPS was he trying to hide from? He was hiding from water. That was his like biggest competition there. Like he's gonna get farmed so hard. He's gonna get farmed.
Lip?
Pick a void, which
No,
I don't.
stand one was playing on Gladiators Legion.
I know. Oh, I know.
So
Water.
he
I'm
wasn't.
so dumb. I'm so dumb. Yes. Yeah. You're right. He was on glad.
He was
Water
also
wasn't glad.
on he was also on Envy.
Yeah. No. He played MV. No. Energy MV. Then Glads.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
He's pretty good though. I think Stan One
He's
is good.
good,
I
but
think he could be good.
I
But I
don't think
think
he's. I don't think he's ready though. I don't think he's ready.
no.
Bro, he's
It's
jacked.
like it's
He's
kind
not
of
ready
like
for
the
that
same
jump.
sort of situation if you threw like Flower into the league the second he came of age.
Stand one is like jacked with a baby face. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't it? No, I haven't. Somebody told me that actually. Let me find his.
All right. So moving. All right, guys. So something I want to mention here. MV is most likely gone. Like it has been like posted around that in all like the official marketing. Like like those pictures with all of them together. Like the
Yeah.
postcards they send out. MV is not in there. He's not. He's not there. MV is probably out of the league. He's out.
I hope he
Okay.
is.
That's fair.
That
Like,
was his third strike. Like he went to Valiant, kicked out for toxicity. Went to Defiant. It has been heavily rumored that there was a big tilter over there. And out of all those teams, out of everyone in that team, who do you think was a tilter?
probably
That's
Envy,
that's
yeah.
side
I mean, Neko was rumored to be toxic, but that's
Yeah, but Neko was a bit
So
toxic, but I doubt it was like to the point where he screamed out, "Let's get like IM37." And like
three
he went
strikes
to
and you're out.
Dragons now. Yeah, I
3
think
strikes and you're
three
out.
strikes.
Fissure
He
who?
went to three teams, literally three strikes. You're
Fissure
out.
who?
Fissure's literally the guy. Fissure's literally running it all the way to base.
Fissure's
Sorry.
honestly,
like God mode.
I don't know how Fisher got signed again.
I don't
It's
know
like a
either.
Crystal situation where you're publicly acting like a fucking crybaby, and yet you still get signed because people are overhyping your skills.
Yeah, it's like if Effect got signed right now. This is the
Okay, alright.
equivalent of
I guess it's because Fisher didn't play on London.
True.
Yeah. So anything else you guys want to say? Like I gotta say I like the DPS lineup though for Dynasty. I like it very much.
I don't
Giants.
know. Fitz elicited and Profit.
I mean not Dynasty. I mean Dragons. I'm
Yeah.
DM,
Yeah.
Ding, and Fleta is and
And
that,
Ding.
that sounds good.
Flex
Don't forget about
is
Lip.
like
The
supposed
guy's
to be
good too.
flexible, but like he played weird last season. He was like stagnant.
I don't know. Like I sort of feel like if we're going into like a May Hanzo meta, DM Hanzo
DM
easy.
plays Hanzo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy. That's very easy. And just literally have three DPS players. One of them has to play May. That's all you need.
Fleta's Maze and travesty.
What like
Fleta's
no, no,
Reaper is also a travesty.
no. All you need is one. And it doesn't have to be Fleta. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't really one of them. There's three of them. Three. Moon. One of these three. You have three options. That's all you gotta do.
You know, it'd be really nice if they had a top tier Doomfist. That would cover one of
Yeah.
their holes.
Like
I don't know.
Chipsa.
Imagine if they got. Yeah.
Yeah, like Chipsa.
Yeah.
Not the player they just dropped, of course. Chipsa.
Yeah.
As you heard it here first, folks. Make sure Dragons should officially
Dragon should have signed Chips.
Wait,
I
did
mean, no,
they should
Dragons
straight
did Dragons
down.
re-sign Dio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
re-signed everyone, like mostly everyone. Like the only guy that you haven't heard of was MV because he hasn't been
And
officially he has been basically taken
It's
out of
good
it.
that Geiger is staying. I'm honestly, I actually honestly don't really know if Geiger is gonna get a starting position again.
She's
She's
not.
not. No, no,
no,
no, no. She's not. She's not. It's
I wish she
void.
would.
If
It would be
if we
very
pick the
awesome to
void,
see.
she would be very awesome. Like I really hope she does start again one day. But the fact that
She's
they've
not
gone
better than
through,
Void.
like, can I just
No,
read
Void's pretty
this real
good.
quick? Just a quick highlight reel.
Quote unquote.
Guardian, MV, and now we have Void. That's three like off tanks that have all been called in because they don't want Gregory to start basically at Shanghai.
Guardian, we didn't really see. I had some faith
Yeah,
that Guardian would be
Guardian played
okay,
a bit,
but
but it was okay.
yeah.
He was an okay
Alright.
player. All right,
Um,
miscellaneous stuff, random news. We got. All right. First up on the chopping block, Mag is not entering the league this season. He says he doesn't. So it's okay,
I was
kind.
no,
looking
that's fine.
forward
That's
to
fine. I
Fusion
understand
Mag
why he's staying in
too.
the thing is, right, is the reason he's staying another he's spending another year in contenders is because if he takes a starting position, like
He's
well,
just benched.
he
Yeah, he's
literally
not old
cannot
enough.
play until season like 4, I don't think.
He's
Season-
smart
season
for not entering
four.
until he's old enough.
Yeah, he's not entering until he can spend a full season on the stage.
Let's just
And
hope
I mean
that
that's
he remains just as good as on Runaway, because if
I
he
mean
if
that's
he if he if he shits the bed, like he's not getting a spot.
yeah.
I mean, if he gets the bet on Runaway against contenders teams, do you think he's not going to shit the bet against like actually
Yeah,
the
it's just
against the Rush League teams?
I mean, Mag is good, but I definitely think there are tanks in him. He's pretty good though. I don't know.
I think he's probably one of the better tanks, the main better main tanks.
Yeah.
Probably behind Kaiser, who still hasn't been signed.
Surprisingly,
All right,
Yeah, why is
next up,
Kaiser not getting signed? I'm still that.
maybe just people think
all right,
he's already been signed.
It's season
Yes,
148
yes.
of
Professionals
Overwatch
are like
League.
professionals are stupid. They
no,
just don't deserve
it's
the
not
job.
This
that
is
So.
why we need to be in
Kaiser's
Overwatch
great.
League.
Yeah, exactly. We need to run it. Hot takes, make it happen.
Yeah, get a hot
You know,
takes.
We
Rock.
get flamed by
Which league
flame
city?
right now.
We can
Which
be the
city are
watch
we
point
doing?
desk. We can be the watch point desk. All right, moving on though. QOQ is a free agent and is not in Runaway. So could he have been signed? We saw him in some of those gladiators, with the gladiators, but he's probably not going there anymore. We don't know where he's going.
Yeah.
But
Well,
QAQ,
whoever
I
has
don't
him
know.
is taking a long ass time to announce him.
Isn't QAQ? Isn't he like got
he was
issues with being
rumored for
toxic?
Mayhem. Apparently, no, I don't know about QQ.
No, he
Other
was on
things.
Runaway, like before
Yeah.
they got picked up by Titans.
All right.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, he was actually the first player on Runaway, wasn't he? The
Yep.
On
second
the new
Runaway.
Runaway, yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear Justice picked him up, but that was from the same source that said Bumper is going to Dragons and Coma is going to Fusion.
I actually QAQ
That's
to
also the
Justice
same
would
source
be
that said that Nuss and Stellar are going to Mayhem, which is definitely not happening.
Yep, not happening.
Do we know what QOQ Sigma's like? Because we've seen
It's
his
good.
Eva and
It's
we've
good.
seen his Zarya.
It's decently good. Well,
It's alright.
other than that, there's Yanis. Yanis retires from pro play.
yeah, it's sad to see him
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I
It's
like
sad.
Giannis.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know. I
skip
feel like
those
Corey
two.
fucked him over.
We're gonna skip the next one.
What did Corey say?
No, because Corey like really sucked at Zarya.
No, that's
No,
not
that
really.
was
No,
that
that's
was
not
Sam
sugarcoating.
Sam's fault.
Yanis
I just want to
absolutely
point out,
fed.
dude. Do you remember
Terrible.
that clip where he was blocking the bomb and then he turned around at the last second and died?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
No,
like a
no,
dumb
no,
decision. Like
no. It was
we,
I
we
blame
like
Wizard.
we like
I blame
all
Wizard.
love Kaiser, right? Everybody Kaiser's like a darling, and
I
Giannis
think
is
this
like
is
Giannis shit on Kaiser in like some
Yeah.
that game, but
I think that Wizard is a bad
I
coach.
think Wizard was a horrible coach for at least some.
head coach.
He was a
No,
horrible
the
head
thing
coach.
is with Wizard, right? Is the way he coaches, he doesn't know how to work with he doesn't know how to improve talent. He just knows
He
how to
knows how
like.
to refine like
Yeah, he knows how to work with
from
it.
the beginning. You
He's
have
a
like
better like
Giannis, a very
assistant coach.
you have Giannis who's a very aggressive player, and then you have these like the back line which was not aggressive whatsoever. It was not an aggressive back line. You know, like
Yeah,
he
Ark is like the most
yeah,
passive main
yeah.
spieler in the league.
Like there was like
Anima,
just
Anima.
completely
Arc,
lost.
Arc is just like I don't want to die, and I'll
Yeah.
let my team die before I
Originally,
die,
this
which
team
is a
wanted
good.
Arc, which just makes no sense to me. Like, if you want to go, like, if you're picking up Yanis, that means you want to be aggressive. But then you pick up Arc, which is like, hide me, dad. Like, he's literally hiding behind those shields. I love Arc. I love him with I love Arc, but he's not an aggressive player. He's like hiding. All right, moving on. AKM retires from pro play. Elk is no longer pursuing Owl full time, and he's no longer like he's had a whole issue. And now moving on to the big topics. Jane is raging over Chipsa. What he talks about this
Jane's a
before.
baby.
Jane, it really is a baby. Like I think he believes himself to be Jesus. He's like, I am going to crusade
Genesis
and explode. Yeah,
Careful, guys. We are
invent
currently
esports.
talking about the inventor of esports.
exactly. This guy, he thinks he's Jesus or some crap. Like over here, like I'm going to expose the dark side of the league, and I don't care if I get something like Halo called him out. All right, he's trying to explore like so.
Halo
Let's look
called
at
him
some of
out.
the
Dante called him out. Reinforce called him out. Tucker
yeah,
called him out.
yeah, and like let's look at
But
like
he was a cloud
Okay.
chaser.
and like I want to point something out. Like I'm more like I haven't been able to point this out beforehand, but Jane like Halo of Thoughts leaked some DMs by Jane, like him talking in the Discord server. And not only does it reveal that Jane was behind the whole action situation, it also reveals that Jane was making a push to have players be forced to host and tweet out that the Overwatch League is live and the host the Overwatch League, which it
That's
sounds
against
good.
the law. That's
It's
against
against
the law. Everybody,
it is
everywhere the
yeah,
league is based, except for
yeah, yeah.
Chengdu or something.
No. It basically saying what Jane will be promoting is that the players had to use their personal accounts, that the league had some control. The only thing the league has control of is if the player is expressing something wrong. For
I
example,
suppose like
like
being racist or
When
homophobic.
Sinatra was posting all the Pepegas or whatever, he told them stop. They have the
Happy
right
birthday, frog.
exactly.
Oh
However,
yeah, dude.
the league cannot force a player. Like you cannot have
What if Gagery posted like Pepe memes?
That would be terrible.
yeah no
Dude,
like Jane
Gaguri,
basically
That'd be
wanted
Gaguri
so
this.
get in
bad.
trouble for didn't Gaguri get in trouble for like a picture of she like drew a picture of Pepe
Gagery
or
didn't get in
something.
trouble. Gagery didn't get in trouble.
No,
Okay.
Sinatra.
She's
Like
so
Sinatra, much
marketable.
people got in trouble.
Yeah.
Again, like
I
basically,
bet you if she gets in trouble, there's bound to be some fucking like news source that's like Overwatch League punishes woman or
yeah,
some shit.
basically. Yeah, but like Gregory is Gregory.
That's,
But like
that's
what happened over here, I think that Jane's very when he was in the league, he thought he like got an ego boost, and I think this ego boost he's still trying to ride it, and like he's basically I don't know if he's in denial that he got kicked out, but
he
he's
didn't
like
get
trying
kicked out.
like
He
he got kicked out
did.
of fuel. He's no
No,
longer in fuel.
he's in envy still.
That's basically getting kicked out. Come on, man.
He
Like
got
That's
moved
what?
around.
That's the home organization.
you know like you literally just
Dallas,
said.
you belongs to Envy.
I
Yeah.
know, but you're basically getting kicked out of fuel. You're basically
No,
saying
you're getting repositioned. There's a
yes, you're getting
difference.
repositioned to
That's like
a
saying, "Oh,
non-staff role.
Krusty's moving to NRG, so he's getting fired." No,
No,
no, he's not.
but he's not a coach,
Shut the
and
fuck up.
it's not like Krusty's.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Do you know what job rotation is?
Listen,
he
we
got
don't
a
have we don't have
He's
demotion.
the
a
time. We don't have
content
time to
creator.
explain
Job
the real
He's
rotation
world
like
is
to a
different
child.
from
he's
being
basically they
let go.
basically moved him as a streamer. Basically, he's the cameraman.
It's
Basically,
job rotation. It's not being fired or kicked.
I
If
see
you
it as
look
a
at
Listen, because no, what Victor means is he pretty much just got kicked from the team. He's still working with your
that's
organization. He
Okay,
got kicked from
that's
Dallas.
fair.
like he's not like I
the
think
field
like, he's
players
no
were
longer
super
involved with
overcoached.
Dow. He's not like a part of it. He doesn't have the
That's true.
insights anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He's not gonna get included,
He doesn't have
and
he
that's a
doesn't have
good
the
thing.
magical spreadsheet anymore. Ooh.
Dude, technically, because he's like just a streamer for Envy now, not even for Dallas.
Yeah. No. He's not. No,
Technically,
he's
that
a
kind of means,
content creator.
yeah, that kind of
Parentheses.
means that he's
He's the
like,
Logan Paul.
Yeah, that kind of means that he could even be like the CS:GO team. He'd be the content creator for them as well.
Yeah.
So he's just not part of the Overwatch side of things.
Yeah, he's not part of the Overwatch League. He's basically like they put him in a, and I think he's basically really mad about that. Paying making sounds again, and they're basically he's
Sorry.
really mad about that, and he's like going against like he's mad about like he sees Chips and he's like, oh this guy he got in over like someone like me. It's so perfect. Like it just seems so.
All right,
He just
listen. Another thing with
he's
Jane
like,
as well. Why is he criticizing Chipsa for getting in and being a streamer when the entire reason he got into Overwatch League was because of
yeah,
streaming?
exactly. Like it's like, oh,
So
he didn't
he's
follow the
also
proper
saying
rules. Did Jane follow the proper rules?
Fusion should say that Chips is on because of his marketability and they should sign him as a streamer. That's what he says, right?
Yeah,
Dallas should have said that you were a content creator.
I
Dallas should
mean,
have been like, Jane signed as an educational streamer under Dallas Fuel or Team Envy, not Jane signed as our support coach.
yeah, like I'm sorry, but what did Jane
It's,
really do for real? Like, could we like get some stats of what Jane actually did?
you want
Cause
to get
I don't.
stats for coaching?
Yeah, I want like someone give me a video of Jane trying to
it's
coach. That's
impossible,
what I want.
dude. Literally, I could just press 0 0 0 0 over and
Exactly.
then
Like
99% for losses, right? And that would be his statistics, and it
I
would be
think like
accurate.
I honestly think that Jane. I'm sure he's a great guy. You know, great personality, but
No,
he.
no, he's not.
All right, he's not a great guy.
That's yeah, he's not a great guy.
Yeah.
He's just a
Talk with
toxic
his
baby.
talk with
Yeah,
his ELO hell organizer, like
he-
tournament organizers who like all quit, and you'll see more about him.
I don't
He
know.
just wants
Jane.
the thing with him is he just wants to start shit. It's just his goal is to start shit all the time. It's I don't know. I don't like him. I think he's a baby. I think he needs to just suck it up and accept it. And he
We
like
should DM this
he
episode to him.
I feel
yeah
bad for him. I won't lie, because his message isn't wrong. Tier 2 definitely deserves more
yeah.
exposure and credit, but
He's not the
like,
one that should be delivering the
know,
message.
he needs to learn when to stop and when to just apologize. Because it's been days and he still has not apologized for
He should just say,
Chipsa and
"I
his
was out
brother
of
for
line."
making these false ass
Yeah.
claims.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, and
just
another
realized.
thing
Go cock.
he
Go.
blames his mental disorder on like a lot of things.
Mm,
I mean, you can kind of work past stuff like that, but it's like a lot of the issues he has behaviorally. I notice a lot of the time he kind of just blames it on the fact that he's got bipolar.
yeah. Also, I really resonate with his message that he wants to protect tier two players. I really do, and
Yeah.
I feel that's a very important message. However, I don't think that Jane is just grabbing this message, and I don't think he truly like. He's not the one that should be saying this message because what has Jane ever done to
No,
embody this message?
XQC
He just,
Barney.
yeah. Jane literally is just seeing this wave of like, oh yes, I want like they saying like, oh yes, we gotta support you too. Like all these people like, we gotta support you too. And
You
he just
just
saw
want
it.
attention.
He's just
You
doing it for the
just
attention.
want
He's not behind it. He just like saw this movement and like, oh yes, I'm gonna like these people, I'm gonna lead them, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But he has no real connection to tier two. Let's be frank here. He has no real connection. Like
ELO how esports is kind of.
Yeah, but Elo Hell Esports just
Oh yeah, he
want to
stepped
remind
back from it also.
Yeah,
yeah. He
yeah, he has
stepped
to
back like especially this year, like Team Canada. He said that he wasn't confident in his coaching, which I don't see it as him being confident.
Tickety.
Like he just like if I coach, Team Canada's gonna lose, and then Tickety coach and Team Canada take a big L.
Big L.
It's the biggest L possible.
They won one map.
They won one game, guys. Let's cheer them on now.
Not game map.
So yeah, Jane guy needs to reveal he's out of place, out of time. Get out. You're a joke at this point. All right, and last but not least, on the news side, we have Enlay. Now, has everyone here read knows what I'm talking about when it comes to Enlay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
He wasn't told that he was gonna get dropped.
No. It
and
wasn't that he wasn't told. It
he
was
wasn't
that
told that he was going to get re-signed, and he didn't
no.
have the opportunity to like try to find new teams
It wasn't
because
that he
of that.
wasn't told he was gonna get re-signed. Here's the specific, which is why I'm very this throughout stage four and like the playoffs. Brad specifically told him, "Yes, we need you. Next season
Oh,
you're
that's
gonna
cool.
come in. You're vital. The next meta or whatever." He kept on telling him this that they needed him or whatever. And then later on, like they like throughout like the off season, nobody was telling him or the other players if they were gonna get re-signed. But they consistently told him, "We're gonna need you for the other season." But they always dodged this question, and they were
Uh,
actively basically gambling. Like this is the question that's gonna change his player's life, and you don't have the time to tell them. And this is apparently happening in a lot of teams where these players did not know. So a lot of them just didn't trial because
I think
oh
in this case, Lair is partially to blame because he should have taken steps to like ensure his like future in the industry. Because
yeah,
like
but I feel like when you're being benched by Baby Bay and like Defran, it's just a little bit hard to pick yourself back up from there. He's a good player, and I think he could probably take an Overwatch League spot again, but
I don't
not
think
on a very good team.
he's retired now.
Maybe he could have taken a spot in Outlaws, but it looks more and more unrealistic. And
Uh,
he's left
Maybe if you're
now. Well,
place
they don't
Lisa.
have links though.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Like
replace
what
Linksa
we
and
heard
him.
from Anlayer, which was like I believe it was during in oversight. We heard that Enlayer was actually an amazing player. He was so dedicated that the coaches loved working with him because they told him what to do and he improved on it, which is why it hurts me to hear this because if you have a player like that and he's working his ass off and he's doing his best for you, and then you don't have the decency to tell him like that you're not gonna re-sign him for next season, and he's not trialing because coaches know when your player's trialing or not. They know that he's holding out because he believes that this coach because let's remember, Enlair was from LNL. Last night's leftovers, coached by Brad. Brad brought him up because he was from LNL and that he had that connection to him. He thinks that Brad, he would if he wasn't gonna keep him, he trusted him, and Brad grabbed that trust, and he kept Enlair on the back burner because Enlair was most likely dropped. This is just speculation from my side around the same time that Sharp was picked up. If and Sharp was in between going to Fuel or Rain. So basically Brad was it wasn't that he was excited that he was gonna like get let go of N later. He was actively looking for replacements. And he had actively decided if he can't find anyone else, then he'll keep N layer. It wasn't that this is a great opportunity. He knew what he was doing and he decided not to tell Enlil because Enlil was basically his backup. He basically grabbed this dedicated, this trusting player who trusted in him, and he basically put him on the back burner. And that just disgusts me that he did that. All right, I'm
At
done.
least they should have given it. They should have confirmed a position on at least
They should have.
Atlanta Academy,
No, it
or a
wasn't that.
Yeah.
try to do something where he could be sent to an actual play. Like they could have even re-signed him, held on to him until another team like wanted
No,
him.
it wasn't that like. I mean, like if you sign Sharp, Edison, and Baby on the same team, and you cannot gonna have a layer. My
Yeah,
problem is that if my problem was like if Brad knows that he's actively looking for these other players, and like Sharp, he's in between, he's on the fence about it. If he knows that, that tells me that he's looking, he's active, and that he wanted end layer to basically wait there like a good like a lost puppy waiting as like his backup plan. Oh, if Sharp doesn't take this deal, whatever, we'll just keep Anlayer. If Sharp takes it, well then Anlayer screwed. Like it's November 6th, like specifically November 6th, the roster due November 11th. He didn't get a shot to trial for teams he most likely could have made it on, such as the Outlaws or Valiant, because basically what they kept on telling him was, "Oh yeah, we really need you. We really need you. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it." And again, when it's coming from a trusted voice, such as Brad, who was an LNO, he brought him up, and there was notably extremely cooperative, as it was said on oversight by all these coaches, that, he had heard, he was super coachable, he heard, like this is a guy who gave his best, and pisses me off, I'm sorry, it just really pisses me off.
yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. It's pretty annoying.
Like, at the least, he should have told him. Like, if you know you're gonna look for somebody else, if Brad knows, he owes it to him at least to at least tell him, hey, we are looking for their option. Because, if he at least known they were looking for their options, he could have at least, tried for Valiant or Outlaws
Yeah.
or
Actually, in
Houston.
MLA,
I
it
mean,
could have.
or Boston. There's so many of these teams that he and Lair could have ended up on. But because of Brad's mismanagement, he
But
has
we
lost
don't
his
know the
chance.
full story. It's just one side that wasn't like 100 completely confirmed if this was true, because it may have been translated.
Mistranslated. He translated all the parts correctly. It has been fact checked. The translations. The
I heard
translations are fact
otherwise.
checked. I don't know. I heard like the guy who translated them. He did a live stream with the people who spoke Russian, and they confirmed them.
Either way, we don't know the full story, and we have to wait until the full story comes out for us to
I don't know.
really
I don't know. But from what
understand the issue.
it sounds like it actually happened. I don't see a reason why Enler would want to lie about this, because if he is retiring, and everyone who was like all his teammates, such as Ajax, I saw his tweet, he was 100% supporting him and telling him that this did happen. The same thing when Ajax played for Atlanta Academy, he said the similar thing happened to him. He didn't know if he was being kept on or not. It was at the last second they decided to say, Ajax, you're no longer with us. We picked up Funny Astro. You're gone. Bye. Like right as the season was about to start. Like they keep on doing this, and these players. Atlanta seems to be doing this where they look out for their options, and at the last second they basically screw over these players by saying the last second, like, great, they signed it. You know what? Whatever. But it just seems like Atlanta doesn't care. Like,
But
it
we
seems
don't know anything yet.
we don't know.
But
It seems
let's
scummy.
not dwell on this too long. We'll come back to this like next week, I
Yeah.
think,
Next
if
week if
there's
we know
more.
anything more.
But I don't want us to like go
Yeah.
beyond because just because of one issue. We should talk about the tiers.
All right, tier list. Let's make this real quick and live because we're how do I see this over? All right, let's do
Overtime.
over. All right, Boston
My
Uprising.
Lucio stall is great, so we should have it.
Boston Uprising. Who thinks they're 20th? Say I. I.
I
All right,
Aye.
Boston's 20th. LA Valiant 19th. Say I. I.
Aye.
Aye.
Chengdu 18th. I.
What's 18th?
Chengdu 18th. I say I.
nah.
Nah.
No.
Nah. All right.
I think just don't say that. Don't say like that. Let's just say like, oh, who do we think's 18? And then
All right. Who do
Yeah,
we think's
okay.
18th? Go.
so we got Boston and Valiant 20th and 19th. What do we think is?
Dragons.
I have
18th.
fuel.
I think fuel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuel.
fuel.
Fuel. All right. Fuels are 18th. I say next up is Eternal.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
agree?
we all have
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we sure Eternal over Fuel?
Yeah.
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 All right. I have as my next one. I have Hunters
No,
after
I
Eternal.
think I kind of want to say. I
For
don't
number
know.
You think I
16,
have
I have
Drag?
Mayhem.
I high disagree.
Yeah, but you're Victor.
I think Mayhem's better than Outlaws. For number 16, I have Outlaws.
I also vote. I mean, I want to vote
Yeah,
Dragon.
but like Mayhem has Mecha, who's really good.
No,
Repel,
I'll
who's good.
Mayhem does
I'll
not have Mecha or Repel.
Oh fuck!
Houston has Mecha or Repel.
Outlaws have Mecha, who's really good. Repel, who's good. Blank, who's not, but they're getting a new one. And then if it's Chex Day, then they'll definitely be better than Mayhem.
Sorry, Andrew.
Can
And
I?
Chris has good communications.
Chris has
Gangnam
not
Jin
only
was on
communications.
Runaway, and while he may not be the best, he's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Gargoyle
on everything he
is
played.
a
Gargoyle
really good
popped
off
off.
tank.
Yeah.
Popped
Gargoyle
up
is
on
better
Really
than Mecha.
flexible and really good. But
and Gargoyle
I don't
was
know if he's better than
sorry,
Mecha.
I think Yaki Saya player is a better DPS duo than any of the combinations Houston could make.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
Depends on
Yeah,
the meta.
all right, so we're
If
putting
you have a
Houston
Tracer
there.
meta, then Houston will be really good.
Alright, so it's either Mayhem or Outlaws. What do you think,
I
Croc?
say
Uh, Mayhem or Outlaws? Honestly, I kind of want to say Outlaws because it's like I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit weird. They're having keeping Chris in is good. I think both teams have pretty weak
I
mid
think
boards, but
like
Chris
I
has
want
like got better comms
Dragon
and
Hunters.
yeah. I don't know. I'd say Outlaws number 16 because at
Alright,
least
Outlaws
Chris
16.
can
I think
at
Dragons are
least Chris
pretty
can
Fair.
calm.
above Outlaws. I
They've
think
pretty much got the same strong points that Mayhem does, except Mayhem has like more 9 players on each role. We're not really too sure who's playing what and who's starting on Outlaws, so
Yeah.
you know.
again,
Alright, so
Dragon,
for
Dragon.
15, like I'm gonna get crucified, but I have Defiant because
Wait.
I think
I got a question. We still have. We were talking about Mayhem Hunters, and before we bring in Defiant, are we saying that Hunters Dragons are better than Defiant?
dragons. You mean
Yes.
No.
Dragons, Mayhem, and Hunters. Are we
No,
saying that they're
dragons are
Defiant-
way better, bro?
What do
Defiant
you
may be
mean?
overrated, but I think they are better than
Dragons are
Mayhem
trash.
and
I don't know what we're
Hunters.
talking about.
Not Dragons, but Mayhem and Hunters, yes.
I think Dragons are trash.
DM
I'm
is
gonna disagree
trash.
with you.
Flood is trash.
I'm not. No. All right. Let
Ding
me put
is
this.
trash.
Let me put it into
Void is
perspective.
trash.
DM
Lee
can
Lee
only
Jae-gon.
is trash.
DM can basically is
Luffy.
Izayaki and
Izayaki.
Luffy are trash.
Yes, I mean I'm not gonna. I don't want to say this, but
DM's Tracer is crap.
Stand one
Alright,
and
alright.
Void.
My vote for 15 is Mayhem. It's not bottom
vote-
barrel.
I vote
Yeah.
Dragons. I vote Dragons or Hunters, either or.
What about you guys?
I have
Uh,
Hunters
I'd
as
say-
well.
I'd say Hunters. Honestly, I think I'd say Hunters.
I have Hunters one place higher just because of like how good Jinmu looked in World Cup. And
So
the
who do you
fact
have
that
for
Alright.
15? Who do you have for
for
15?
15 I have
Yeah.
Defiant.
Alright,
No.
so we're we gotta decide.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Let me read it out to you. We have Boston at 20, Valiant at 19th, Fuel at 18th, Paris at 17th, Outlaws at 16th, and Hunters at 15th.
Well, we haven't decided on 15.
What do you mean? Didn't we just say Hunter?
No,
Oh, okay. Let me just.
Croc
go
said
back.
Hunters. You said Dragons at 15.
I also said Hunters.
Okay, so it's
Okay, we'll put Hunters.
We'll
but
put Hunters at
I
15.
think that Hunters is more pound for pound than Defiant. But yeah, alright.
I,
So
I honestly think Hunters are better than Mayhem.
I don't think so at all. I can argue that all day. Because simply, let me put it this way:
Okay,
Mayhem
okay,
have a
Mayhem
head-
fan.
Mayhem at least have a head
Okay,
coach.
Mayhem fan.
But Hunters don't even have a head coach.
Hunters are going to get a head coach, obviously.
They haven't even made any moves this offseason.
Jinmu, Bacon Jack, and Yang Jialong are much better than Yaki Player.
In what? What?
Jinmu is a projectile god. We've all seen him on Farah and Hanzo.
Yaki.
Alright, Ying Xiaolong
back.
is not better than Saya player.
No,
I'm back.
no.
I just
Yang
need to-
What
Zhaolong
about Bacon
is-
Jack?
Also,
Uh,
Yaki is
um,
better than
Not,
Bacon.
Plus,
Yaki is
it's
better
not
than
a hit scan meta.
better either. Yeah,
Yaki
that's
is better
why
than
that's
Bacon.
why I say Chengdu is better. Cause
Hold
like
on.
because right now like having a better like Farah and like, Hanzo
Bless
player is a lot
Bless you.
better than having like a Widow player.
Are we
But
discussing 14th
Didn't-
players right now?
We're discussing who's better, Hunters or Mayhem.
I say Mayhem.
I think honestly, Hunters have stronger strong points, but they also have weaker weak points. If that makes sense.
Mayhem-
Mayhem's
What?
Mayhem have Fate. Mayhem, Fate, and Gargo, which is actually a really good tank line. You guys are really.
Well, we have
underrating that.
Meng. And Elsa.
Meng is the Narissa one trick.
And
And
Naruto one
I'm actually
trick?
talking about
Can't even
Amang
get his
and
one
say
hero right?
Orisa one trick. What are you
So
on
biased.
about?
One
You're
trick.
absolutely biased. That's
I am
terrible.
absolutely biased, and I'm telling you that Fate could smoke and
You're
roll.
so biased. You're so
Alright,
obsessed
listen,
with
listen,
the
listen.
Mayhem,
That's
Fate
not the
Mayhem
point.
look
That's not
pros
the point.
that you
He
think
just called
Meng's one trick
Amang.
is Orisa.
Just called, yeah, he called Amang and Orisa one trick. Out
I
of
know,
all the
I'm
one
high.
tricks he could have called him, he called him
Right,
an
Is he
Orisa.
evil
we,
toaster?
we've seen
Is
we've
Evil
seen him
Toaster on
we've
Hunters
seen
now?
Okay, so we've seen Aemon smoke Bumper. We've seen Aemon play Orisa, yeah, sure, and we've also seen him play ball. So
Yeah,
then,
he didn't play much ball though.
then the
I'm not
only
really confident.
hero that a main tank should play that Aemon we haven't seen him play well is Winston.
Winston.
Which if Jichirin can't cover one hero,
Gargo was better than Elsa though. All
what
right,
are you doing?
let's call it a tie between Aiming and Fate. Let's call it a tie.
Fate is a resource hog.
Let's say it's a tie between Fate and Gargo. I'm pretty sure Gargo was better than Elsa.
Okay, so right now, what I'm hearing is that Croc and Victor say Mayhem's better, and me and DZ say Hunter's better. So, we need a tiebreaker.
All right.
I don't know.
Let's
Honestly,
Andrew,
I
Andrew,
could go with either. I could go with
choose
either.
someone,
Just
Serena.
say, I'd say Hunters.
Hunters are
Better.
better.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so Mayhem 15th place. Are we
I am
agreed?
outraged.
Okay.
Yeah,
outraged.
I agree on that.
All right, Mayhem
Dude,
15th.
Justice is trash too. What the hell?
All right, 14th
Just
place.
okay. 14th we have Hunters.
Victor, please tell me where you live so I can come over there and slap you in your fucking face.
He lives
I
in
live
Miami.
in Florida. Come
He
at
lives
me.
in Miami.
Florida.
Perfect. My dad's going out down there for Christmas. I will see you.
Yo,
Oh, shit,
Blade,
leaks,
hit me
bro.
up, man. Hit me up.
Okay.
All right. 14th place. 14th place. Who did
We're-
you guys
we-
have?
Defiant.
So
I
since
pick- I
we're
picked
since
Defiant.
we're arguing about Hunters and Mayhem, then if we have Mayhem at 15th, then we have to have Hunters at 14th.
I can agree with that. I can agree with
Yeah,
that.
and then we have Defiant after Defiant.
And then we have Defiant.
Define at
Who-
13th.
I would say Hunters have more pound for pound, but that's just me.
I would
Defiant.
I don't know.
have-
I think Defiance got pretty inconsistent hit scans.
and they have a bad main tank.
Wait, no. What do you mean? Defiant has
Just like straight up bad.
Logic,
No,
Surefour and
Shuffle's
Logic
Logic.
Yeah, they
have
good,
have
they
have
good
their
DPS.
have
But
their
Logix is the most
they pop off.
consistent guy I've ever met.
Listen,
But Beast
I think
Halo,
I'm worried about Calyx. I'm worried about
yeah,
Calyx.
Yeah.
Calyx is
Calyx
think
and
worrying.
Calyx is the weakest link.
And then
I think
Nevix,
Dragon's
like
worse than Defiant.
he's a bench boy to Choi, but we don't know what
He
that
made
means.
Choi that much better. He made Choi into MVP
Yeah,
material.
okay.
We have to remember that.
Okay, so the only person who says that is like Dak. And
No, Choi said that.
Oh,
Choi
okay.
said
Choi
that.
100%
That's a
agree
direct
with it.
quote from Choi. Choi said he wouldn't
Okay.
be a good Sigma if it wasn't for
Yeah.
Nevix.
Yeah, okay.
trained Nevix
So-
made Choi into a Sigma ace over like what, a week?
Yeah,
so
not even
Nevix,
a week
Yeah.
or
two.
so
I
Nevix
think
should be a
Nevix-
coach then.
Yeah, Nevix is probably one of the best off tanks in the league.
Yo, guys, wait, but on serious note, all right, I still think Dragon should probably be below Defiant.
No.
I kind of think that as well.
No.
I think like maybe
Dragon's
maybe
tank
we're,
line
like,
looks a little bit
I think-
weird.
I think that the
You want
hunters
to talk about the wait?
the
No,
dragon
we already-
tank
yeah.
line. The
Well,
dragon's tank line is
Dragons have
ass.
Lee J gone, and Lee J gone.
Yeah,
so
I
much
know,
better
but
than
the issue
Calyx.
is my issue is right.
Luffy
Is
and
Lee Gong
Izuyaki
Lee Gong
versus
is like
Karif?
really good. I think Lee Gong is really good, but I think the issue since main support isn't really responsible for most.
I
of
was
the
gonna
healing,
go over the
I'm
entire
a little
roster,
bit
so
worried
who's
about
better?
Izuyaki.
I think
I'm a
Nevix is
little
better
bit
than
worried.
Void. I don't
Is
know
that
who's
what
better.
Luffy is for? Luffy doesn't have like. Luffy is good on Ana, which is like.
Luffy's
I
consistent.
assume that would
Yo,
make him good on
guys,
Moira.
could we just
It's like-
not forget the fact that their tank line's ass though? Like you could have the most amazing team of all time. You
Void,
could
Void,
no.
Void is ass. Yes.
Void is good. He
Nevix
a
is
good
better than Void.
player.
I'm just gonna say it. Nevix is better than Void.
Yeah,
He
Nevix is
definitely
better
You
than
is.
have
Void.
Nevix
not
is
seen
amazing.
Nevix play.
No,
saw him
am
I saw
telling
him
you
in
right
playoffs.
now. I don't even have to see him play.
No, you did.
Void.
When
Listen,
did
I
you
saw
see him
him
in
play in
playoffs?
playoffs,
Void is
and
the
I already know
incarnation
from
of
Choyobin
average
and
green
Dak
up.
that Nevix was able to push Choyobin into being MVP material, and that's probably more than Void could ever do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll admit,
Void is
I
good.
don't
Listen,
I don't see him-
Void is just he is
He's
mid tier
good.
off tank.
He's like the incarnation of good or good enough. Like if you put Void with like let's say Fissure or like Super, he will do amazing because that's his job. He's meant to be like decent, okay. He'll back somebody up. But when you put him with like a passive like main tech like Stan 1, he's gonna like
Isn't Didn't
it's gonna be
Moon
a
just say that Stand One is someone who like?
yes, but Moon. We're talking about the same Moon that tried to put Cookie as a
We're
freaking.
talking about the Moon who took down NYXL in stage 4 and like
We're
full
talking
held
about
them three
yes,
times and took down Glads, who were like
the
supposed to be the
Moon who put
favorites.
Kariv on DPS and put and freaking like Moon was
To be fair, Kareev was popping off on DPS.
he was
Yeah.
all right.
To
I'm
be
sorry.
fair as well, Kareev is probably one of the best honors in the league.
One of the
Yeah,
best
Kariv
but
players
he
in the league.
wasn't
said
supposed
multiple
to be
times
on
that
Ana.
he
What
wasn't
was like the reason?
comfortable playing DPS. He could play it, yeah, but he wasn't comfortable. He wasn't feeling playing DPS. He wasn't
Okay,
feeling.
so let's put it to a vote.
I vote Dragons below
Who
Defiant.
says
I vote
Dragons for
Dragons below
14th?
Defiant.
I vote Defiant below Dragons.
All right, it's up to me.
Pain. Yeah,
No, if Payne votes for Defiant, then
Then
it's
we
so
need a
tight.
tiebreaker.
we have to
Yeah.
tie.
I'm all right. I'm gonna go with Dragons. Dragons below Defiant.
All right,
Yeah,
cool,
alright.
cool. All right,
Uh,
and I think right after
okay, fine.
Defiant,
I think
Alright,
it's
what about
even
Dynasty and
all.
Glads?
I
Hmm?
gotta go with Justice right. I gotta go with Justice right above Defiant.
Dynasty
Uh,
versus Glads.
Yeah, actually, no. Why
Okay,
am I saying
okay,
Dynasty
okay.
versus
So
Actually, wait, we're in
Dynasty
a
versus
Hanzo meta.
Glads.
What the hell am I talking about? We're in a Hanzo meta. All right, forget it. Forget I said anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Dynasty versus Glads. You have like
we're forgetting about Charge.
Fusion.
We're forgetting about Charge.
Yeah, Fusion Charge, Glads. Yeah,
What do you
who do you
mean? They're
think?
so much better
Fusion
than
is way higher than like.
Fusion
Yeah,
and
I'm agree with
Glads
that.
are like
Fusion's is
at least
higher.
top 10.
What about Charge, Glads, and Dynasty? They're the
What about
positions for
Titan?
11th.
What
Glads
about
has
Titan?
inconsistent and unproven DPS. Their tank
Yeah.
line might be good,
Yeah.
but their support line,
What
I
about
don't
London?
know.
So we're
Their
putting
support
London.
line's the
have-
same as it's always been. It's
I
just
have
gonna
Charge
be
as the
good.
lowest
I'm
because
gonna Charge is the lowest. I'm gonna say Charge.
yeah,
What
yeah,
about
because like
Yeah, Charge
Rio,
lowest.
Rio and
Rio
Neptuno.
But London.
Neptuno's like
Yeah.
okay at Mercy, but like his
But what
Lucio
about
is.
London? They're completely unproven.
Oh yeah, London.
Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna say
I would
Charge.
Yeah,
put-
above
London
actually,
London.
wait,
11th. London 11th.
Can we put London below Defiant?
Yeah, I'd put
I've
London
London
No,
below
above
no,
Defiant.
no.
No, you think
Uh-huh.
like Agilities is gonna stand up to Glister?
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Oh yeah,
I
true.
no. I no. I no. I think that,
Agilities is way too inconsistent to stand
I
up to
think
Blister.
that Beast.
I love Agilities, and I hope for the absolute best for him, but on paper,
too.
no.
I
Beast
think that
isn't
Manga
standing
Yeah.
up to JMac.
Not at all.
True. Beast against J-Mac would be a shred.
Nevix
I'd say
and Kareev
yeah,
are
I'd
like the
say
only two ones
London.
that I think beat London.
I'd say
Green
London
is
11th.
better than Harley, yeah, but
All right. Let's
just
just put
no.
London 11th. All right. I think next up I have to put
Charge.
Charge. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's
Charge.
12th is London, and then 11th is Charge.
No.
No,
11th is
10th.
London. 10th is
11th is London. 10th is Charge.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Yeah.
guys. I have the power rankings with me. Don't worry about it.
Charge is 10.
Yeah, I
I
have them
say
in front of me.
I say we put
So,
Dynasty next.
I have Dynasty. I don't know. Like Dynasty could be a lot better than Glads.
They
'Cause,
they
like,
could be so much better.
Would you
guys, but I think
have
they're
Gesture?
unproven.
Dynasty is
no.
better than Glads.
Would you have
Dynasty is better than
Gesture
Glads.
or OGE?
Yeah.
Like
Alright,
I
let's
would
put-
take Gesture over OGE any
I
day.
put
I would take
Glads
OGE.
above
I would take
Fusion. I
OGE.
put
Why would
Glads-
you take OGE over Gesture?
Wait, what meta is
I
it?
think OGE might
What
be
meta
better,
would
but he's more
OGE be better
inconsistent.
in? Maybe Ryan. That's it.
Yeah.
OGE
'Cause,
is
like,
better at every.
but-
It's like top
Okay, so we
4
have
main tank.
Orisa, we have like
OGE
Orisa
better, so.
and Winston. Like and
OGE is
Ball is
bad
like
every-
Ball is like a scuffed Winston, so it's logical to assume that like Gesture would be better at Winston at Ball anyways. But so Gesture is an amazing Winston, and his like Orisa literally carried London in finals.
Yeah, I
So-
say Dynasty over Glads.
And then you
I'm
have
wait,
even
This
if
is the same
I think
team.
OGE is
I
better
gotta
than
argue this.
Jester,
I wanna argue
I'm
this.
going to agree with them, and I'm going to
Guys.
say that
Guys, I've been
Dynasty
staying
is
quiet.
just
wanna say something
above
about-
Gladiators.
yeah.
No, guys. I want to make a point about Gladiators. You guys are overglossing a point. Deepay.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ! Shut up.
Oh
Deepay.
yes, the
Okay.
shover.
In Deepay we
Yes, yes,
trust.
yes, yes. Okay, okay. So remind me what happened when Changgun went up against Zipe in the finals. I mean, in the quarterfinals. Oh yeah, 6 map win streak. So don't even bring that up, right? just
Deepay.
just 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 3-0, 3-0. 3-0, 3-0. Okay. So no, not really.
So which
And
team
then
is ninth place? Which team is ninth place? That's all I want to
All
know.
right, so we're putting Glads then.
yeah,
As
Glads and then
Right,
Dynasty.
ninth place. Yeah,
all
then
right, then
Dynasty. Then are we
Dynasty.
going? I'd say it's either
I'd say,
between Justice Fusion or Titans.
I would
oh
put
wait, I
I
said
would
Justin.
put Titans.
Yeah,
I'll put
Titans.
They
Titans.
have
Really?
they're
Mm.
having some issues.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
Okay.
I kind of understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting them
Yeah. All
at
right, let's put them.
putting them at seventh place is understandable.
Yeah.
All right, and then Fusion or
I
Justice.
think that's a bit of a stretch, but
Yeah, I think
I'll
And then
allow
we
it.
have
Justice.
Justice.
Yeah, I think
Because-
Justice.
Like Fury is insane. And then you have Alarm, and you have Carpe, EQO, Ivy, and Hisu, and you have Funny Ass. I don't know. I don't know
Funny
what Funny
Astro's
Astro.
Funny Astro's better than whoever
But yeah,
Justice.
Funny
Funny
Astro is
Funny
really
Astro's
good.
better than Arc.
Yeah. Funny Astro is better than a lot of them. Funny
On
Astro's
Lucio,
really
on
good.
Lucio.
Yeah.
On Mercy.
On
maybe.
Mercy
Funny
is
Astro's
different.
Mercy is pretty
Arc
weird.
is the best Mercy.
Yeah, no,
Oh
actually,
no, Moth,
Neptuno.
Moth and
Neptuno.
Slime.
Wait, so is Fusion
Not
top?
Yeah.
Neptuno. Get
hold on,
out of
hold
here.
on. I just want to put my hand up, just to add something.
Arc is a top
Um,
3 Mercy.
Oh,
And-
what's his name? Because I'm actually just stalling because I forgot his name. It's the Shango Hunter's main sport.
Well, that's all.
Yveltal.
Yeah, Yveltal. He's a nutty Mercy.
He's a lot
Alright.
more aggressive than Arc though. He's like
Yeah,
Right, moving
I
on.
mean,
though.
he just throws himself into
Shanghai
weird
Hunters are
position.
already in seven, in, si- and
Is Fusion top 5 or is Fusion not
yeah,
top 5?
Fusion is
five.
top 5.
Yeah,
Fusion's top
Fusion's
five?
top 5.
Alright,
So who's
and
above
so-
Justice?
Next up is
I-
Justice?
I already have it
Justice
in
is number
order.
6, right?
yeah, Justice number 6.
Yeah,
So
I think
have
that the top
Rain
5.
next.
I'm just gonna come out with my top 5 just because I think
Wait,
it's
no,
already
no,
a
no.
pretty good.
Alright, go.
No, I just want to say
I
like
already ranked them because I already know how this is gonna go.
yeah, I already ranked them as well. How'd you
Alright.
rank them, Victor?
All right, I ranked them Fusion, EXO, Spark, Rain, and obviously we gotta
Yeah.
put.
That's exactly how I ranked it.
So-
XL is not better than Fusion.
So
I'm saying it.
I have EXO higher than Fusion.
I
But
don't
have
think XL is
XL
higher than
and-
Fusion.
Wait,
but
wait,
I have Rain, Spark,
EXO's higher than
Fusion,
Fusion.
EXO, Shock.
Rain at 5th? Are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Because-
retard
because
thing to
No,
do.
I'm
Spark-
a.
Look,
Spark
Giz, I
is
love you.
really good, right?
You're high.
Spark
You're high.
Spark smashed Rain. Do you not remember that?
That's true. That is true.
Yes,
Spark
but we're
just
talking about
made Rain
Rain
their
have
talking
Edison.
about a Rain that already reached catharsis.
Edison would
Rain
not
has-
have like done much better. That was not a
We are
DPS carry
They
map.
also
talking
has-
about
they
a
also have
Rain that
Arc.
already
I mean,
reached
Hawk.
catharsis.
I definitely think Rain will play better, especially since I'll have an actual tank line that's not just going to be screwed out. It's like not a fresh tank line that's never even played an AL together. I don't know. I actually just see Rain being a top 2 team.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
look really
Okay, top
good.
2's bit of a stretch.
Top
Top,
two is a
4
stretch.
maybe.
No. I
Because
will
they
argue
got
this.
smashed by NYXL. They got
Yo.
smashed by Spark. And
We're
if,
talking about a Rain that
if they
reached
had managed to get
MYX.
if they had managed to get past Spark, which they didn't, okay? They didn't get past Spark, then they would have gotten shredded by the Shock. And
That's true.
yeah, so
No. I want to argue this, or let me argue this real quick, because I actually came up. I knew this was gonna come up, so I made a whole little points here. My point number 1: Rain had already reached catharsis. Baby Bay already said this. The second they lost to New York, the team was out. They knew they weren't gonna beat Shock again, and they knew they weren't gonna beat New York. The team was done. They weren't trying at that point. Maybe they could have beat Spark. Maybe they couldn't have, but they were done.
they should have put up more of a fight against Spark.
They should have.
Yeah,
really
they
should've.
just rolled over and died.
But let's talk about this. This team is not the same that it was against that New York match. We're talking about a much better improved tank line. Gator and Hawk is absolutely nutty. It is
Mm.
nutty.
Yeah, it is. Listen,
Especially
Pain. I will not take as a fucking
Do you think
excuse.
Hawk is better than Fury?
He's 10 times better than Darko. He's
Do you
a
think Hawk is
nut.
better than Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Hawk
I
is
mean,
a
no,
nut.
no.
You think
I do
he's-
not. Fury is top 2 octane. Hawk cannot come there anywhere near
No.
Fury. Fury is
Oh,
the
no, oh, no,
reason
oh, no, better
Jester
than
did
Fury or
so well, and he's going to be the
Two.
reason Sato is going to be amazing.
Hey, I
I'm
just wanted to point
saying-
something out. Sparks still have Rhea.
Do, do, do,
Oh my
do,
God.
do.
They do.
Huh?
Honestly, top 5, I think 5th place Spark.
I don't know.
Always would rip you apart if he was here right
Always,
now.
always is
Yeah,
here.
I know.
heard him
I just
always-
don't see it. I just don't see it.
Like
Like-
when
No,
Peyton
listen,
left, I thought he was
listen.
getting
Look,
possessed.
look,
Remember,
Rain
Spark has Rhea, and they just dropped
have
Zijin,
Edison.
okay?
have Edison. Come on, guys. They have Edison. Edison and
Edison is the only reason why I'm even
Oh,
considering them
So,
top 4.
so No
Erster,
Smite is still
Erster, Edison,
than-
Hawk, and Gator is.
I can see
crap.
No Smite being a lot better than Edison.
I feel like
I'm
if
sorry. Did you just say No Smite's a lot better than Edison?
Yes, I can see No Smite being better than Edison.
No Smite is a
No
main tank
Smite
player.
is a
Edison is the
main
fucking
tank
Fuck,
yes
fuck,
player.
fuck, fuck, fuck. Godspeed.
Oh,
Shut
okay.
up.
This is how you know it's like. This is how you know it's 11 p.m. at night and we're all dead.
It's 10. You're
it's
in
it's,
Florida.
it's
You're in Florida.
it's 1
Come
p.m.
on.
for me. It's
Oh.
1 p.m. for me.
Yeah,
I thought
well,
the thing was like at 5 EST, so I had to
We've
get
been
up at like
recording for over
7:30.
an hour, guys. Let's wrap this up. All right. So
Yeah.
Rain at number 2. So who says number 2? Rain. I say I.
I say
We're
number
not-
2,
wait,
right?
I have
wait.
Excelsior number 2.
Who's at number 5?
Fusion.
Fusion.
Okay. So we're just gonna. I'm just gonna go along because it's late.
Fine,
So we have
Fusion
Fusion
five.
number 5.
No. I think Excel 5. I think Excel
Thank
5.
you.
No.
Thank
No.
you. XL is overrated. XL did not make any
No.
good
Yeah.
pickups.
XL is not.
To be honest,
overrated.
to be honest,
XL went through.
XL is
They didn't
X-
need They didn't need good pickups.
the entirety
Okay.
of XL is washed. Okay, if you can't
Are
make
you-
it to grand
they
finals
placed third.
twice, something is wrong. Replace your core.
They placed
Has
third
Fusion
2
made it to
seasons
grand
in a
finals
row.
twice?
yeah,
No,
but
they
NYXL
at least
didn't
they
make
made
it
it
to
to
grand
grand
finals.
finals at all.
Fusion has made less money than XL despite making grand finals.
Jesus.
Okay?
No, they're washed, dude.
Fusion
They're
doesn't need
washed.
money, all right? They have Comcast as their daddy.
Yeah, true. They like
They're still
the
intended
richest
to
thing.
be a
Again,
profit.
all right, all right,
team.
all right. Let's wrap this up.
But
Fusion
but
number
just
5.
to stick around, fine. Fusion 5. Who's at 4?
Spark,
XL.
I
yeah.
say 4. I say 4. Hands up.
Who's
at
number
4?
4? I
Hold
guess
on,
Spark
Oh,
because
because I-
Yeah, I'll go with Spark.
Wait, I have a
Right.
10 cent. I have a 10-cent coin. We're gonna do
Right,
heads or tails.
number 3 we have
Excelsior.
You know what?
Excelsior.
I'm
Number 3 is Excelsior.
Sure. Number 2 we have Rain, which I think you guys are overrating them, but let's just not. We have
Yeah,
Shock.
We're overrating fucking Excelsior.
and of course,
Nah,
last
So,
one.
you
we
get
only
Plasma
have
in here
Shock
to
number
fight me.
1.
If you get
We
Plasma
have-
in here to fight me.
We have Shock number 1 because
Andrew,
like
please tell
I
me you're so
guess
awake.
Shock doesn't need any. They have perfect
Yeah,
coaching. They have
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
DPS. They have perfect
perfect
tanks.
coaching is not. They don't have perfect coaching.
Actually,
They have
Messi would
Crest.
have won the World
I think-
Cup.
I have one problem with the
he's-
Shock.
they
I
have-
have one
They have
problem.
excellent coaching that's better than everybody else, but not perfect.
They also have
Um,
perfect support.
I want to argue this Shock because I'm a bit worried, and I'm gonna say this right now. They
They
don't.
don't have
Toy,
Nevix.
they didn't even pick up
They
a
don't have
replacement.
Nevix, bro.
They didn't pick up a replacement for Nevix.
They don't have Nevix.
They don't need
Toy-
a replacement for
Toy-
Nevix. They have
No,
Toyoven.
listen.
They
Do
need
you
Toyoven
really
is the
need?
best off
Alright,
tank.
listen,
You
yeah,
need another
he
guy
is
to
the best.
be on the bench. You need another.
Listen,
guy to-
if there was any role that they needed, there isn't one.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they
The
could've-
only
They need a
stretch
backup for,
here
like,
is the
Troy
fact
and
that
is
Rain.
sick.
You guys think Rain is better than Fusion. That's the only stretch.
That's
They
I-
need a backup in the
I
case
think-
that Troy is sick.
Payne. I think that's just a little bit of your personal bias.
Can't
looking at
arg-
Payne.
Wait,
Since
so
the person
just,
who
like,
thinks
can't
Mayhem is top
Architect-
10.
Hold on, can't
I
Architect
think Mayhem
play
is top 10, and
offlane?
you can fight me to my
You want
death.
Architect to be on off tank?
No, but
Can Architect play
can't-
off tank?
Payne. You know what, Payne?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
Can't
see,
he
can't
play
we can
Diva?
also play Diva.
Miami Guardians.
That's
Just
true.
wasn't
Yeah,
played.
and also,
That's true.
remember, Sinatra can play Zarya if it, even though it probably might be meta.
Yeah,
he can
Zarya-
play
Zarya's
Zarya.
not
can play anything, don't
Zarya
at me.
Orisa. Honestly, Zarya Orisa Sinatra super duo. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see, guys? I kind of want to see, like this is the crazy idea I had last night. I want to see Super on Reinhardt, Troy on Diva, Sinatra on Zarya,
No.
Violet on Zenyatta, Mama
All right,
on
shut up, shut up,
Lucio,
shut up, shut up, shut up,
Frasco
shut
on
up, shut up,
Break.
shut up, shut up, shut up, Victor. Listen, the
Alright,
meta,
guys.
the meta is going to be Hanzo, Mei, Baptiste, uh,
Andrew,
Ryan, or
Andrew,
Risa. We're
cut him
gonna
off.
see Smurf
End the
on
recording.
Arisa. We're gonna see Super on Ryan. We're gonna see Rascal on Bap. They're not gonna have Violet. They're gonna have Rascal because Rascal is the best Baptiste.
Oh yeah.
Not
true.
They're gonna
anymore.
have
Not anymore.
Architect on Hanzo and someone on
Moss
Mei.
is the best
Probably
Baptiste, don't have him.
if
Guys, I
if-
think we listen. I think we need to wrap it up. We're kind of getting a bit off topic. What's our tier list?
Okay,
Alright,
so we
well,
have
Number
I'll say it.
one.
We have Boston, Valiant, Fuel, Paris, Outlaws, Mayhem, Hunters, Dragons, Defiant, London, Charge, Gladiators,
that's not what it's
Dynasty, Titans, Justice, Fusion, Spark, Excelsior, Rain, and Shock.
that's
Wait,
fine with me.
Yeah, I'm
Fusion's a
fine
little
with that.
Fusion's a little low. They should be
Five?
better.
I know.
than
I agree with you. They should be number 3. But we have some people here who think that Rain is good, and we're
I
not
think
gonna argue.
that I don't know. I think Rain number 2, but I think they should be number 3 actually.
My
Well,
God.
Alright, oh, he's awake.
It's okay.
Good.
It's okay.
We're
It's okay.
It's okay. Andrew, you awake?
Anji,
Andrew?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Guys, please,
I'm
guys,
gonna DC him. I'm gonna DC him.
could someone like,
and see if he rejoins.
could someone like take a quick timestamp so like we can just edit out if Andrew's
We don't
first-
have our timestamps. Andrew's the one recording.
crap. Andrew,
Oh.
Dad, are you okay?
Andrew.
Does anyone have Andrew's number?
Okay. So guys, this is our podcast. This is a nice episode. If you're still here, thanks for
Yeah,
listening to us rant for 2 hours. Thanks.
You're
He's
welcome.
got
Join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Shameless plugs. We're not sponsored
Yeah.
yet, but
He's awake.
we're not sponsored yet, but we want to get sponsored. So shoot us some DMs. What else?
Coca-Cola, talk to me, bro. I handle
Yeah,
all the
Coke,
financials.
yeah,
you can
yeah,
just, You
yeah.
can just pay me.
Pepsi, don't talk to us. Pepsi, don't talk to us. Get out the door, Pepsi.
No,
Yeah,
Pepsi,
we
if
don't
you're
take
willing to
Pepsi.
talk to us, we'll take you if Coke isn't willing to take us.
Honestly, if
Pepsi,
Cheez-Its
get
would
out.
talk to me about this and give me a lifetime supply,
Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't-
Chuck E. Cheese
Dude,
is
I
willing to
actually-
give
dude,
us
Charles,
we
We
don't
got
have Chuck E.
two-
Cheese in Australia.
we got
We
two
don't have
fluid-
Chuck E.
anyways,
we have two
anyways,
Floridians
thanks
on
for
this
stopping
podcast.
by,
We can do it.
guys.
Yeah. Thanks
Bye.
for tuning in. Bye. Have a great time.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Andrew said totally nay nay
On a
these
serious
guys
note,
good
we have
night
two
and good
Floridians
night.
on this podcast. We